Live from the Geek Slayer at Bitter Asian Dude Inc. It's Saturday Night Livestream with Brandon Mindell, Ryan Dole, Steve Davey, no special guest, and your host, Paul Sun Hyung Lee. What's up, everybody? It's me, Paul Sun Hyung Lee. I'm here tonight with a bunch of friends today. We're here with our show, Saturday Night Livestream. Thank you so much for joining us. We are, of course, streaming to you live from Toronto, Ontario, Vancouver, British Columbia, Los Angeles, California, and where does Brandon live again? What's the name of that dinky little town? Chilliwack, British Columbia, of course. Brandon is here for once. Yes, we're really happy to have him back. Finally, he's chosen us over his real friends. Must be a slow night for him, so he's joining us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We are, of course, broadcasting to you live over Facebook Live, Twitch, and, of course, this YouTube channel. This is episode 3 of Saturday Night Livestream. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great show for you tonight. Lots of new things we're going to be discussing. Of course, we've got the new Captain America Brave New World trailer that we're going to be talking about. Deadpool and Wolverine teaser, the Bachelorette trailer we're going to talk about. We've got the 7th episode, the penultimate episode of the Acolyte that we'll be discussing. And we'll also be talking some toy news. San Diego Comic-Con is coming up fairly soon, in a couple of weeks. And we've got some Haslab news. That's right. For those of you in the know, the Mos Eisley Space Cantina was funded, but not without a little bit of controversy. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. Without further ado, I'm just going to start throwing everybody in here. From Vancouver, British Columbia, he is a lover of all things creature-wise. We're talking about my friend, Ryan Dole. Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
Good. I was kind of hoping, like, the way you said that intro, I was like, fuck, Pam's here too? And Pam's not here. So that's here we are. Here. Hi, everyone. I guess.
Wow. Confused. There you go. I guess. Hi.
Yes, I guess.
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing great though. Everything's good. Saturday.
Excellent.
It's been nice. I don't know. I got a Haslab that got paid for.
All right.
Right. So no, it's all good. It's all good. But we'll get into that later.
We're going to get into that later. And I'm sure next guest is going to be talking about maybe some feelings of FOMO about that Haslab. He had the opportunity, but for whatever reason, and he'll explain it later on, he didn't pull the trigger. Of course, we're talking about your friend and mine, our friend from Down Under. And by Down Under, I mean Los Angeles, California, where he currently resides. We're talking about Steve Davey. How's it going, Steve?
Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Steve, is that you? Or was that Webby?
No, it's me. It's me.
It's you.
It's me. Oi! It's me, Steve Free.
There it is.
How are you guys? Long time no see.
It's been a couple of weeks. Lots to catch up on.
Yeah.
You're a busy beaver.
I am.
Currently building.
I am. I'm currently building. Still building my costume cosplay commission for San Diego Comic-Con. So I am feverishly beavering away every hour that I am blessed with to try and get that done.
Excellent. Well, we can. Are you allowed to talk about that? Can you show pictures if we wanted to sort of go on?
Good question.
If you don't know, don't do it.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. And we will get into depth, more of an in-depth conversation about that aforementioned Haslab. But coming up next, everybody, you're in for a treat. You've seen his face photoshopped many, many times in the thumbnail with our various guests. He must not have had his improv class this week. Coming to us live from Chilliwack, BC, we are talking about, of course, BC DeLorean, Brandon Mindell. How's it going, Brandon?
Good. Enjoying my time here in dinky Chilliwack, British Columbia.
Well, that's the location we're giving you for your improv.
Yeah.
That's it.
And an occupation?
Web browser designer.
In Chilliwack.
Yes.
Web browser tester.
It's got to be cornhub.com.
Yeah.
Cornhub.com.
Yeah. We're famous for corn out here in Chilliwack.
Outstanding.
Chilliwack corn.
We love corn.
We love teasing Brandon, actually. For those of you in the know, we have not had him on the show. We've had very great guests come on board to fill your shoes, big shoes to fill. But Brandon has been otherwise occupied, and this week he is here.
Yeah.
So in
First
the
time
tradition
from the beginning.
That's right. From the beginning. That's right. The first
Yeah.
episode, you joined in late. You were here, but it's still really fun to Photoshop your face on top of your face.
Oh yeah.
For the thumbnail. I thought
I loved it.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It looks so great. For a second, I was like, "Huh, is that how big my head is?"
It is. It is that big.
I do come from Chilliwack, Steve. So
there's something in the water.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that it was. I had to oversize it just so that it looked like it was photoshopped.
Yeah.
Right. So. There, I'm glad you noticed that. All right, we've got a great show for all of you out there. This is Saturday Night Livestream, where this crew, we talk about all things nerdy and geeky in the world of pop culture, anything from toys to TV shows to movies to trends that are happening right now. Of course, we are assisted in this evening with a little bit of libation there. So if anybody is out there and you want to join in, please do. You don't have to drink alcohol. It can be anything to your liking. It can be pop. It could be water, coffee, tea, blue milk. Steve is drinking green slime. And so join us, kick back, have a good time in the chats. And speaking of chats, what do you say, boys? Should we be saying hello to everybody here joining us today?
Time for the zippity doo dah through the chat.
Zippity-doo-dah day. All right. Well,
how fast do you want to go through it? We'll put a timer on.
37 seconds.
Get out.
Oh,
37 seconds. Impossible.
39.
37 in a row.
What did we do? We did last time. It was 5 minutes.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was 5 minutes. Yeah.
Let's do a speed run. All right.
And
tell me when.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, Bitter Troll. Thank you for joining us. First one in the chat, Steve Naro saying howdy, y'all. Eugene Porter, it's 3:30 at night there when he wrote this chat, so he's not going to be joining us, but he will be part of the replay crew. Thank you so much, Eugene. We've got Gary Lau here espousing ketchup chicks. Bleh. Bitter Troll is defending that. Christina Payne, hey, how's it going? Global Health Science Institute from Southern New Mexico is here. Always great to read that out. Toy Geekosaurus is here as well. We've got Bernd Vidar Larson, who is Bitter Vader 74 signing on. Walt O'Meal is here. Tommy K is here. Everybody, 3, 2, 1. Shut up, Tommy. Thanks for joining us, buddy. We've got D Sertle in the house. John Galgano is here. Dorlaxian is here. Goongala. Sam Rock is here. Angela Lee, my older sister, is here. We've got John Takis. Susie Ketchup. Unfortunate last name, but we love you, Susie. We also have in the house Soda Man 888. We've got Tom here in the house as well. Kevin Romero. We've got, oh my God, it just jumped on me. It jumped huge on me. Jamie Neville is in the house. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. All the way from Winnipeg. He's currently finishing a binge of the entire LOTR trilogy. Good for you. Anna Lee is here. She's got 69 seconds. Nice. My wife, the love of my life, and my partner in crime. We've got Andrew Theriot here, Raymond Tentis, Hip Optimus Prime. What's up, Nigel? Good to see you. Frederick Vinas is here. John Carmen, and bada bing, bada boom. Thunderhouse Design, and we are done. Look at that.
Oh,
holy smokes!
Call that
like 69 seconds.
Yeah,
call that. Felt like
is that
69.
good or bad?
That's what happens when you have like less than 50 people watching.
True.
In the chat.
Totally fair. Totally
Right?
fair. Hey,
There you go.
This is a little fun fact about Anna, if anyone doesn't know this.
Oh, here we go.
She didn't know about Bon Jovi until Paul introduced Anna to John Bon Jovi, and now they're both huge fans of Bon Jovi.
Fans.
We have a chat dedicated to Bon Jovi.
Wow.
Before I retort to that
Yeah,
obvious lie, scurrilous lie, Carrie Fanti, hey, how are you? Aaron S. I did not miss you. You guys weren't there yet. Or it did jump. Dam, hello. Thank you so much. Now, first of all, Ryan, I've got to take issue with the fact that you're turning this chat into a den of lies. Do not appreciate that.
Well, you're turning our other chat into faces of death today. So
What are you talking about? Faces of death.
How many people did I watch died or reel today?
Oh no, those are. Hey man, I gotta share those reels. When some kid goes down a ramp and there's a header right, like I was like, it ends there. I'm thinking, I think he's either dead or paralyzed. I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta share that. You have to
It's
share
true.
it. Everybody in the chat, if you're scrolling through your reels or your TikToks or whatever it is, and you see somebody absolutely get obliterated doing something really questionable, is it not your duty to share it with your best mates?
No, you have to.
There was a whole television show dedicated, actually several television shows dedicated to that phenomenon.
America's
The question
Funniest
is,
Home
though,
Videos.
should
Yeah, it just had sound effects and a funny voiceover from
There you
Bob
go.
Saget.
Yeah.
The question is, though, should you laugh?
Yes.
Should you-
I wish
Oh.
Bob Saget was on every single TikTok and Instagram reel. I wish they could do like an AI Bob Saget voice for AFV video.
Like for influencers in the wild.
yeah,
Oh,
Bob
gosh.
Saget voiceover.
Oh my gosh.
Pushing a rock.
We want to say hi to our newcomers, people just joining in right now. We've got I Am, TJ Williams here, Gem Monster is here, Valerie Ogden's here from Southern Alberta. Thanks for joining us. Laying down the SmackDown Wrestling in Sports has joined us as well. And we're going to say hi to everybody as they trickle in. And Jamie Neville has just told us they've just gotten to Mordor. So that's quite the journey. Thank you so much. He is, of course, doing a marathon of the Lord of the Rings, for those of you who don't know. Bon Jovi, John Bon Jovi.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, we've got a bit of a running gag with that particular group there. And I'll give you the backstory for that. It was a Halloween party in Toronto 2 years ago. Do you remember that? Rock in the 80s.
Yes.
It was we were all dressed up.
Dude, we looked
just after
great.
the Bad Bash. We were celebrating, and a song came on. And I dubbed it the white person's anthem, party anthem.
Can I guess? As a white man, can I guess?
Yes,
Living
go
on
ahead,
a
white
Prayer?
man number 2.
Living on a Prayer?
Living on a Prayer. That's right.
That's my anthem. That's my song.
That is my song, yeah.
People lost their minds.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
No judgment. No judgment. I just found it very, very, as an observation and not a judgment, I saw that everybody was losing their minds. And I had a chuckle about that because it was just like, and I had to say white people music. And people were singing along and just at the top of their lungs, and everybody was having a great time, which is good. And thus began the whole Ryan Dole saying, "But you love Bon Jovi." My wife was more than happy to join in on that chorus. And so ever since then,
she has sent me video of you listening to it in the basement. Okay.
Oh, yes, but did you've heard you hear me singing it, right?
Yeah.
What I basically do?
You sing like a white person.
Wow, white people music. Wow, white people music. Wow, white people music. I change the lyrics because that's all what I hear. That's what I hear.
Banana's right in the chat. There was judgment.
Best song ever. Come on.
You know that John Bon Jovi is from Star Wars, right? You were aware of this?
Oh, yes. I do know
his
that.
His first official recording is on the Christmas in the Stars Star Wars Christmas C-3PO R2-D2 album.
Mm-hmm. You told me this.
Yes. So you gotta respect him because he's from Star Wars.
And he paved the way for you to be where you are today.
Exactly.
Right.
Without John Bon Jovi.
Without Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
There would be no
Bon
Carson
Jovi.
Teva.
That's right. Carson Teva.
Where
Levi.
is John Bon Jovi from? Is he from New York City?
Hey.
Dude, we got to have him on the show.
We should. If we could get him, we should totally get him.
Who?
John Bon Jovi?
Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And of
And
course,
Matt Berry.
Yeah.
Matt
okay.
And
Berry.
Matt Berry. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get both on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right?
there we go. Christmas in the
Yeah,
stars.
Christmas in the Stars.
There you go.
Christmas in the stars. That is what we are. Oh,
There
no,
you
wait.
go.
In the stars. Christmas
Yes.
in the Stars.
I do have some support here. D Sertle, who is probably the whitest guy I know. Salt is
Maybe
spicy
he's
for him.
so
Love
white.
him to death. Love him
Maybe
to
he's
death.
so white that his taste goes in reverse.
There you go.
It happens.
All right, so Ryan, here's a question from John Carmen. What's your favorite Bon Jovi album, since you're such a big fan?
Oh,
Ooh.
Young Guns.
Isn't that a soundtrack?
That's the soundtrack.
Isn't that a movie?
It's both.
Did Bon Jovi produce an album called Young Guns?
It's soundtracks. That's his.
Okay.
To the film Young
best
Guns.
So what is your most favorite Bon Jovi album?
I just said.
Oh, okay. So your favorite movie is Young Guns because of the Bon Jovi soundtrack.
Dude, I don't know why we're not doing Young Guns cosplay every Saturday.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
you are allowed to do
that
whatever
now.
makes you happy.
Yeah,
we
now
got to
we're
do
doing
that
it.
now.
Now we got to do it.
Now we got to do it. Here's the thing. So speaking,
I'm a
I can't believe this is
cowboy.
turning into a John Bon Jovi fan
Yeah,
appreciation.
it's a
post.
Jovi cast, man.
Yes.
No, we didn't even know that. We didn't even tell people what we were going
We
to
did not. Here we go. Maybe in the algorithm, we'll start getting different followers now. People who are tuning in
Yes.
as we turn this into a John Bon Jovi appreciation post. And
The
nothing
Jovi
against
jerks.
nothing against him. Like honestly, he is
Very
a skilled
successful.
musician, right? People love his music, which is great.
Well, they're
Um,
like bad medicine.
There you go.
Wow.
Favorite, and he has crossed the threshold into thespianism. John Bon Jovi has been in front of the camera as well. Favorite John Bon Jovi movie? Do you guys have one?
Oh man, I keep thinking of Mick Jagger movies, to be honest.
You're
Not the same
mixing
guy.
you're mixing up your White Rockers.
Yeah, man. It's just it's
Hard
it's a-
Day's
it's a
Night,
melting,
I think
melting
might be
pot
up there.
of white people.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite John Bon Jovi movie.
Honestly, I got to be honest with everybody. I'm
Oh.
not the biggest John Bon Jovi fan, so I don't even know what movie are you referring to. What has he been in?
He's been in a
I
couple.
have. Well, let's call up IMDb, the Internet
Wow.
Movie Database.
I cannot believe how deep we are going into
Yeah,
John Bon
I'm
Jovi.
not sure I
to
even
now.
want to.
This is geekdom. This is what we do. He was in, and he is known for Young Guns 2, not the
So
first one.
good.
Young Guns 2.
Yeah, on a
A
steel horse he
2005
rides.
movie called Cry Wolf, another movie called The Stand-Up Guys, and U-571, which is my favorite movie with John Bon Jovi in it.
Is that a military movie?
It is. It is the
Naval?
absolutely fabricated tale of how the Americans were able to recover or steal the German Enigma machine, which was the code break, the encoder that they
that Benedict Cumberbatch movie.
exactly. Well, no, it wasn't a Benedict Cumberbatch. They
No,
did the
I know,
proper
but
one.
that Imitation Game is about the Alan
That's it.
Turing,
That's it.
Turing,
Turing.
and he
Turing,
invents that
Turing.
machine. So this Bon Jovi movie is about them stealing that machine.
Stealing it. Now, with actual historical accuracy, it was the British that recovered it first, but for the purposes of this movie, it was the Americans
The Americans stole
that
too.
did it. John Bon Jovi played a lieutenant on board the U.S. submarine that was tasked to steal and capture. They basically took an American submarine, disguised it as a German U-boat, and were stealthily taking the place of the supply U-boat in order to board the German submarine to steal the Enigma machine. And of course, the actual other German U-boat shows up and blows them up and stuff. But John Bon Jovi, favorite part of the movie is the torpedo blast blows this gigantic steel door from the hull of the submarine and catches them full on and blows them out into sea.
On a steel door I ride.
Dead or alive.
Wow. What a
Dead
move.
or alive. It's like
That's
Steven
brilliant.
Seagal getting killed in the first 10 minutes of Executive Decision. You know, you don't expect it.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, they're gone.
Yeah.
So
they're just ripping off Hitchcock, man.
He
There
was
you
Who
go.
else is in this U-57 movie?
U-571, Harvey Keitel
Oh wow,
is the other lead actor in that. There was an actor from from ER. Can't remember his name here. Let me pull up the cast list here. Matthew McConaughey was the lead in that as well, of course. Bill Paxton was
Oh,
in this
yeah.
movie. Thomas Kretschmann, who plays in every movie that needs a German captain, was on there. He was, of course, the captain on Kong, King Kong. He played the captain of the vessel that went to Skull Island. David Keith was in it. Jake Weber, Jack Noseworthy, and where's the name of the guy? Eric Palladino. He was the guy from ER.
David Keith, not Keith David. Like David Keith is a different person.
David Keith, the white guy, not Keith David, the black guy.
Oh, I see how that works.
David Keith.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to boil it down into the basest, most simple sort of explanation, but that's those are the signifiers right there.
Hey, did you know that raise your hands is in Spaceballs?
Yeah. That's what Barf is listening to when he's in the back eating
the very beginning.
I think right before they get a call from Pizza the Hut, probably, I think is what it is. Oh no, the call from the King. That's what he's listening to.
Aha.
Fun fact, I was Aaron's roommate.
You're just full of fun facts, Ryan.
Yeah, maybe I should do trivia and invite Tommy over.
Yeah, there you go. The
Ryan,
Bon Jovi trivia challenge is coming up next week. Bon Jovi trivia challenge. Do your homework, people. Watch all his movies.
Oh my god, can you imagine that?
Yeah,
and the back catalog. Paul has to listen to the back catalog. Everyone else has to watch the movies.
Come on,
Jovi. Why do you hate me, Steve?
On a steel book, you're right.
So here's a fun fact: David Keith is the dad in Firestarter, but Keith David was the dad in There's Something About Mary. So there you go.
That's true.
Got it.
How'd you get the goddamn Frank about the beans?
There you go.
Beans about the Frank.
What did I just rewatched Agent Cody Banks, and Keith David is he's the CIA head of the CIA, and that he's awesome. He's very funny.
That needs a legacy sequel.
Shot in Vancouver. I haven't watched that movie in so long, and the whole time I'm just like, oh, man, I had no idea this was made in Vancouver.
Now we got to rewatch it.
Yeah,
so it needs a legacy sequel.
Yeah.
And what would you do with that then?
I would just make it like Casino Royale, but with
same characters.
Yeah, but with what's his face?
Like
just
super
updated.
Violent. It needs to be a violent
super
Cody Banks.
Yeah. Because he's been a spy since he was a teenager, so he's going to be a little rough.
The bad guy, spoiler alert for Agent Cody Banks, everyone. The bad guy gets his face eaten off by nanobots. It's pretty sweet.
Nice. Frankie Muniz, right? He's the
Frankie Muniz. Yeah, and Hilary Duff.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, bring her back too.
Yeah, I don't need that one.
Yeah. There you go.
Dude, it's Casino Royale, man.
The relaxing is pointing out Keith David also beat the hell out of Rowdy Piper in They Live. Probably one of the best cinematic
longest
fight scenes.
One of the elongated,
most fight scenes in cinema history.
Great.
Yeah.
Put on the glasses.
No.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a
Piper was awesome in that movie.
Oh man, that movie is unbelievable.
John Carpenter.
One of the best.
Classic.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of classics, let's talk about Haslab.
Yeah.
Let's start it here.
25 minutes in, we're going to talk about our topic.
Here we go. Just to ruin that, let's ruin Steve's evening here.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Haslab, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Haslab that I didn't get.
Yeah.
I didn't get it either, Steve. So
here's the thing.
You didn't want it.
I know it's by choice, but I'm still in the same boat as you.
For those of you in the know or who don't know, Haslab is basically like a crowd-funded toy that they'll put up, and they'll say, "Hey, here's this toy that we want to offer to you, the general public, and if you want it made, we need X number of people to back it." And so it's kind of like a Kickstarter, and unless they hit that minimum number, it doesn't get created. And as an incentive to get even more people to back it, they have different tiers of unlockables. This year, the Star Wars one was the Mos Eisley Cantina. It was a recreation, like a 1/18th scale recreation of the Mos Eisley Cantina from Star Wars: A New Hope, and from the Mandalorian too later on, because they go back to that bar on Tatooine. But it was a faithful recreation of that bar with unlockable characters or action figures that had never existed before. We're looking at the twins there in specifically and in particular. They needed something like 8,000 backers in 30 days to get it. Yeah. It cost how much was it? $299?
$399.
They had two ways
tiers
to go about two. Yeah. Well, not two tiers, but like two different. They had the regular and deluxe version.
The base
deluxe version had like 3 extra booths and more
cups.
Got it.
Essentially, but it was more walls to close in.
Yes.
The cantina was the deluxe version, and the standard edition, we'll call it, was like one wall was missing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But you still got all the figures and stuff with it, regardless of which one you got. The other one just had the extra booths. And that was like $100 more just for the 3 extra booths.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I didn't need it.
And cups and plates.
Come
on, Ryan.
Yeah.
That's what really grinds my gears. It's like, I didn't need the booths, but man, I really needed those cups. Really needed them. But yeah, no, yeah. I did bag it. Steve, do you want to tell your story, or are you just over it and just
I'm kind of over it, but I think I have to explain to myself because I still don't know how I ended up doing this. I mean, it's been a very busy, crazy, hectic couple of weeks for me, and I don't know why I didn't back it from the beginning. I was behind it from the beginning. I wanted it from the beginning. We were predicting it in the beginning, and we've talked about it ever since we had an inkling that it would come along and be the Haslab. But for some reason, I didn't back it right away. I'm like, I'll back it. Yeah, of course I'm going to back it. Yeah, I'll back it. And I think even last week, Brian predicted that I would get so stuck into something I would totally forget. That day, I had a text from people in the morning saying, don't forget it's Haslabs. And I'll do it at lunchtime. Got busy with work. Lunchtime came and went. Came out with the day. I had my phone on silent that day from the night before. That's how my head was just into everything else apart from Haslab. I missed text from Ryan, text from Paul. People were trying to let me know. I missed everything. And at 10 o'clock at night, suddenly as I'm there with my mask on, going to town on all the phone, it just clicked on me. It's 10 o'clock. Oh, Haslab. But it's only 10 o'clock here, not 10 o'clock Eastern, right? So I missed it. I missed it by an hour. And I actually didn't back it. And I was gutted about that because I'm an idiot. And there's nothing worse out there, people, than being unable to blame anyone else but yourself for a stupid mistake.
Yeah, it's hard to be dumb and have FOMO.
Right, exactly. It's true. I can.
Oh my God.
And now you can leave. Bring back someone else. Yeah, so I didn't. So if anyone out there knows of anyone who got 2, let me know.
Dan is just said, I bought 2 deluxe Haslab cantinas. My fan-made Kenner-style Captain Teva will be hanging out with the Tonka sisters.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Hey, another fun fact. Carson Teva hooked up with one of the Tonka sisters. This was before the first Death Star.
Wow.
I want everyone to take a guess. Which Tonka did Carson Teva hook up with?
Carson Teva, Space Lothario.
Carson Teva doesn't care which one it is.
No, but we do as fans.
Okay.
Ryan, you got to get on Wikipedia, and you got to get all your fan.
Shut up.
Yeah, we need that storyline.
Actually, I'm going to start Tevapedia.
Tevapedia.
Oh Are we still letting Sam in? That's the t-shirt. Steve hates fun with a picture of a cantina and an extra.
Yeah, with like a clock that says 10 o'clock.
Oh my God.
Just a simple man in the corner.
So here's the thing. It was for that to back it. It seemed like it was very, very close. I mean, of course, I knew as it got closer, they were only like 100 off. And it was going to get back. But then it was a question of how many of the tiers were going to get unlocked with it. Because, of course, just to get the base amount unlocked, you want the extra figures that are supposed to come with it, right? And so
you always want more bang for your buck.
Yeah,
exactly. And
because the price doesn't change. You just get more for it.
Right. That's right.
I do want the figures that come with I don't care about the deluxe, and I really don't care about the other figures because we've been collecting all the originals for the longest time.
Right.
So I've got the patrons to fill it with, but I obviously didn't and wouldn't and won't ever get the sisters. So I kind of wanted that, and I still, will hope maybe something will come along my way. But I will say, my friend Anthony, the Imperial Communique, he said that he is willing to part with one of his cantinas should I not be able to find one, but he ain't getting rid of the figures, which is fair enough. And I will take him up on that offer if I don't manage to get a simple set with the sisters. So thank you, Anthony. That's an amazing offer, because it is all about the cantina, really, because I got the figures. So
yeah, you've been putting in the time to collect all
well,
those figures.
Me and Ryan have been
Yeah.
talking about this before they even did a HasLab. And there was a time when I was getting all these figures for Ryan, and it was such good fun that I started doing it too. And now
Sorry,
all the ones that I found him, he's going to have to find for me if I can't find them again. So that was the whole fun thing about it. Yeah,
I actually have. There's times
Yeah.
he's found them out in LA for me, had them sent up to me, and then I find them in Vancouver after he starts looking for them. Like, hey, dude, I found it. Yeah, I need that. Okay.
Yeah.
Start filling the bag.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, and I get why they do it. I get why they do the backers. And I was talking about this morning as well. It's like, to me, it'd be great if they do get the backers, but then they say, okay, we're going to make this regardless. If we keep going, we're going to chuck this other stuff into it. But the bottom line is this thing's available now for another month. We got the back in. Let's go to town, people, because there are idiots like me out there who would not want a deadline and almost don't want to do the deadline because you told me I have to. So, it would be nice if it went on once it gets its original back in. If it goes on again for another certain period of time, which is longer, then why not make money, man? Make money.
I think they went shorter. This is like, I have nothing to back this up, but they always talk about like
kind of like your theories about Star Wars. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. That I've
nothing
got
to back them up.
I have 100% proof about Karsateva and Harap. That's we're not talking about.
You've got the paternity test back.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Karsateva, you are the father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kid's got no force abilities. But he's a good shot.
Yeah. God damn it. What was I saying? Because now I totally forgot. I don't know.
You were talking about the shorter time frame.
Oh, the shorter time frame. Because they were talking about how they were testing this because they noticed that when they have it go longer, people do what Steve do and go like, well, I'm just going to wait till the last day. So they were like, well, if everyone's waiting till the last day, we're just going to move the last day up.
Yeah.
And
which seemed to happen anyway.
And it still happened regardless. Except now some people missed it.
Yeah.
They didn't get the extra
I'm still kind of annoyed with Hasbro regardless. So it's kind of like me trying to be cool and just hang on.
You wouldn't be a real toy collector if you weren't annoyed with Hasbro.
Yeah.
So I mean,
know what would be interesting is if they had a wait list. They said, boom, because what invariably happens is when it shuts down, when it's done, they charge everybody's credit card. And a lot of people aren't ready for it. And people just sort of cancel and opt out. Right. So there's slots that are open. So I'm wondering if that's the case, then if somebody's payment doesn't go through or whatever, and they get booted, those on a wait list get moved up into the queue.
That would be cool.
And then that way you would, so you have that. You've got the wait list for like, you have it so like it's closed officially, but there's a wait list now for the next hour or so you can sign up. And then, if somebody gets bumped off, and they go in order from those who've signed up.
When you say bumped off, you mean assassinated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just gone.
Yeah.
Out of the phone book.
So who did we not get? Where did it stop?
Oh, so we got Greedo, we got the Tonica sisters, we got the Nabran Lades. But who we didn't unlock was Ariel Staus, the Wolfman.
Oh, so
one of two of the Wolfman.
Three of the 4 tiers?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, 2 out of the 3 tiers.
Because
the base that got the base came with Woohar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
The barman.
The racist barkeep?
Yeah. The barkeep.
The droidist.
Yeah.
Droidist.
The droidist, yeah.
Jackie Daytona.
and the Tonicas.
We don't serve your kind in here.
Yeah.
Just a regular human bartender.
In Mos Eisley.
And the Wolfman been made as a figure before?
Not this one. So there's 2 wolf people in the cantina, which I actually didn't know until somebody said it on like the Toy Anxiety show. Like, there's 2 of them, and I went, what? And then sure enough, I looked up behind the scenes stuff, and there's behind the scene photos of 2 different wolf people. So they made one of them back in the Power of the Force 2 days. So this would have been like 99, 98, 99, and then the late 1900s. That's when that one got made. And then now they're going to do this other one. Now, they also said in the Q&A not too long ago either that there is like, if these don't get backed, like these 3 figures, there's a good chance they could get made just on different cards.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't get backed. So there's still a potential we could get this one, but then we just got to pay for it. And they said the Tonica sisters are not getting a re-release. And I have my own tinfoil hat thing on that, where I think they
check
don't.
out.
Yeah. Okay.
Check out this comment in the chat from Thunderhouse Design. That's an interesting one.
You got it, Paul. Read it.
With this one right here?
No,
I don't. That one?
no.
Oh, the one underneath. Okay, hold on. Let me grab this super chat first.
Yeah.
From our friend Captain Wreck. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat, Captain. You write, have you ever heard of the tragedy of Carson Teva, the Friendly? It's not a tale oft heard outside of level 1313. LOL, love you guys. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you for feeding into that conspiracy theory of Ryan's. I appreciate that, and I appreciate.
You should see what happens on level 69. But
nice.
Anyways,
lots of fuzzy bikinis.
I still think that they don't own the full rights to the Tonica sisters. I think they still have to pay likeness rights. I think that's why they're not going to get released after this, because they made it very clear, like, we're not doing the twins again after this. The other ones have a chance. The twins do not. I think if they were to re-release the Tonicas, that means they would have to pay more money, meaning they wouldn't make as much money. And I think that the likeness rights were included in the cost of this Haslab.
But do you think, like, here's the thing. How would they have been able to maneuver that? Because nobody in any of the movies got that kind of a deal.
Just a forgotten, they're really so deep background, we'll say, like they're essentially like glorified extras.
But everybody else had to do the same thing.
But a lot of that, like Phil Tippett is actually some of those other people in the cantina because it wasn't full enough. So then they just grabbed and made random.
They just pulled stuff off the shelf.
Yeah. And it was just Phil Tippett and other people from the creature shop filling the space.
But it wasn't their face, though. It wasn't their likeness.
Exactly.
It was them in a mask.
But I'm sure it's just like slipped through the cracks.
I don't know.
It is weird.
They've been able to do everybody else, and it just seems like because that's where he made all the money. That's where, like, honestly, the movies made a lot of the money was from the merchandising, right?
Right, and him having the likeness rights.
But have they ever made a Tonica Sisters figure?
No.
So
because of that,
exactly. So I'm sure. I mean, this is my tinfoil hat theory that they just slipped through the cracks, and then the movie started making money, and maybe the Tonica Sisters or somebody who represents the Tonica Sisters was smart enough to realize, like, hey, you know, this was not in your contract or anything, so you can make a ton of money if they want to make figures of you. And then it just never happened because they didn't want to pay them back then, and then in Power and the Force and everything. But you know, clearly now
if they weren't so good at doing face sculpts now, like you're not making the actors that play the character, you're making the character, right? So if the face doesn't look anything like the character, which a lot of the early stuff didn't anyway, who gives a shit, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I'm interested to see this. If you don't mind customs, Steve Stanstow is making a series, making the sisters. It looks slightly better than the Hasbro's. He just took pre-orders down, but they'll be available again in a month or so. So all these people that are making custom figures now, you know, that's an option. I do like that option, and it's true because I don't care about the Hasbro backing card if I'm ripping it open, right? So, yeah.
That's the other thing. Am I opening that? I haven't opened up any figures that come with a Haslab yet.
None.
Wow.
But are you opening your ghost figures, or are you keeping them for?
No, I'm keeping them on the mural card.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the mural card, they'd be open. To be honest, if it was just a
Right.
picture of them in a character form, but the mural card is actually sexy as fuck. So you gotta kind of keep that card.
For the Tonica Sisters card art, is it the actual like screenshot from the film? On
Yeah.
the
They
card?
haven't shown the.
Oh, they
They
haven't.
do.
But
Oh,
if
no,
it-
they
But
do.
if you look on
It is.
HasLab,
Yeah,
Yeah, it
if
is
you
there.
look on it, they actually have a picture of it, and it's
them at the
a
bar.
screenshot from the movie.
and
Like,
that's
yeah.
normally what they do on that card on the TVC card art, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's one of those things that could even be part of the licensing agreement, because they don't want to change the style that they've been doing for the TVC card art, right? They're not going to go all of a sudden to a photo of the back of their head or a drawing of the character just for this one particular character.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Tonica Sisters are cashing in, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading that comment there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable. That's great for audio.
Oh, that is true. And I actually have those little figures, the little Galoob ones.
There you go.
Well,
Right.
so
So-
you have
The ones-
to.
They were Micro Machine figures,
Okay.
but there's like no face on them. Right.
Yeah.
It's just-
But
Silhouette.
Steve's probably right. Like obviously Lucasfilm owns the character name and the character design, but it must have to do with the likeness of the individual,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the actors.
Yeah,
But-
it's interesting.
okay.
But anyway, the long story short is I'm an idiot. I hate fun, and I can't wait to see.
Steve,
Ryan's.
I was literally, I texted you too, saying,
know.
because I was on, like, this is something I had no interest in whatsoever.
I know.
And I was going to actually back 2 of them just for this kind of a situation, for people who miss out, and just sort of flip it.
Yeah.
And
wish you
no,
did.
man. And you did not respond. And I don't know. I should have. I feel kind of bad. I should have done it anyways. And I didn't. I just didn't.
I didn't text him or nothing that day. I was like, you know what?
Man.
Man's got to learn a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back at day 1, if you want it.
And then
Back
the
in
following
day
day, I
one.
got inundated with, "Oh, the micro galaxies coming out!"
Right.
Micro galaxies are coming
Yeah, you're like a bird. Ooh, shiny.
yeah,
That's
from
so
everyone
funny.
else. Yeah.
Andrew Fung and I, we have this saying, if you want something, get it right away. Just
Yeah.
get it. Because if you hold off on it, something's gonna happen and you'll regret it. So it's like if like that's like the rules of the con. If you're walking around the con and you see something that you want, just pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what's sad though, Paul?
What's that?
I say that too, and I tell people that too. That's what's sad about all of this. I'm just a giant gaping ass.
Oh,
Did we just get our second
Well,
t-shirt?
yeah.
Steve?
So
There you
it's
go.
like, yeah,
I
he's
am
the
a giant
GGA, man.
gaping-
yeah. I'm taking that one. I'm taking it that one.
There you
Right?
go.
No, I don't know, man. I just think, again, if you can't afford it, that's one thing, and you can't back it. I totally get that. I understand, because we've all been there. But I mean, if you can afford it, here's the other thing too. Like, because everyone was like, "Oh man, how are you getting that? It's so much." And I was like, "Well, they gave us a heads up. A HasLab was coming in March." So at that point, I'm already like, "Well, I'll put that away. I'll put that much away. I'll put that much away." Then they extended it after May, and I was like, "Oh, this gives me even more time." You know, a little
Yeah.
more.
I mean,
a little
honestly,
more. So
Ryan,
it was
you
like-
should save your money for Japan. I mean, I don't.
But
think
that's what I mean. I was able to take everything outside of that.
Yeah.
And put a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. And before you know it, you got enough
Look,
for a cantina. Bob's your
Ryan,
uncle. You're drinking.
if you're going to be
scotch.
smart and responsible about shit like that, you can't stay as part of this group. I mean, come on. Are you a toy collector or not?
Sorry, I had just enough in my bank account.
There you go.
I haven't eaten since since I had to pay for it.
That's
And
better. That's better.
man, this is it. This whiskey is my only meal this week.
That's not whiskey. It's urine.
That's right.
No
it's
one
my
will
dr-
ever know.
It's my drunk neighbor's urine, so there's still some left in.
Yeah. I remember filling your whiskey bottles last time I was
Yeah,
round
that's right,
there.
yeah.
Oh, is that why it tasted so woody? All right. Here we go.
Boy. Hey,
Our
Rob.
friends from Generation X-Wing podcast. I tune in, and the first thing I hear is Steve 3 saying he is a giant gaping ass.
I
can
can
confirm.
Thanks, Rob.
Good time.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you so much. Oh, and this is super cool. The announcement of the Jaws set that's going to be on pre-sale in August.
Yeah,
Lego
awesome.
Jaws,
Shout out,
baby.
Captain
You got the
Right.
Orca, Bruce, the minifigs.
Mhm.
You know I'm getting at least 2 of those.
Yeah, on a really
That's
cool
cool.
display too.
Yeah, looks pretty
Yeah.
dope.
I like the
Big
And
Jaws.
celebration.
I've had to put a
Big
moratorium
celebration coming
on
up.
Lego because there's just too much that I want to get. But like something like this is just it's so special, right?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy it. I'm gonna turn it into the Jaws float at the Universal Florida parade.
Oh man, that float was
Ooh.
incredible. If anybody in the chat hasn't, you got to look up a video of this new Universal Studios Florida parade that they're running. They have an incredible Jaws float.
Yep.
With the Orca, right, and Quint up there, and Bruce. It's amazing. They have this ET float with all the kids on bikes. They have a Jurassic Park float with a big T-Rex and a
Back to the
flipped over
Ghostbusters.
Jeep. Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters one is awesome with a big Stay Puffed and
Yeah.
Gozer, Back to the Future.
Puff is
this,
like humping it. It's great.
It's like this big nostalgia, classic films,
It's got
Universal
Minions.
films, and the Minions.
Super important.
But yeah, if people in the chat haven't seen this new Universal Florida parade, you got to check out. There's tons of videos online. It's awesome.
It is awesome. The first float in that parade is Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is such a cool parade. It had me just like, man, Universal's really stepping up their game. Like this is gonna have to be another conversation for another episode.
Yeah.
But I would love to talk about how Universal is just like they could kind of like a shark. They could smell blood in the water with Disney at the moment, and they're just like, boom, let's up our game.
Well, they're building a whole massive new theme park, Epic Universe, down in Florida.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you not heard about it at all?
I don't do theme parks as much.
Man, this theme park is going to be amazing. It's going to have a.
I'm not saving this for another episode. We're doing this.
Okay,
now.
sorry. I'll just real quick. It's going to have a Universal Monsters themed land with I think at least one ride. It might have 2 rides.
No, it's got one ride, one bar.
Okay. Ooh. It's going to have a Nintendo themed land with this really cool Donkey Kong roller coaster, new Harry Potter land, How to Train Your Dragon, and I think there's one more I'm missing. But
all the entrances are like a portal.
Yeah.
Like that you go through it. So it's like you're going into these worlds.
It's a massive new theme park. It's not an expansion to the existing Universal Orlando. It is a whole separate property with new accommodations and amazing high-tech rides and experiences. I'm so excited.
So when you say accommodations, you're talking like hotel experiences like what Disney has.
Yeah, so they're building this massive hotel that's actually connected to the theme park.
Okay. It's interesting that the shows that the theme parks or the different franchises that you're talking about, Harry Potter, How to Train Your Dragon type thing. I'm just wondering about, and this is because I know they're immensely popular and they still are, but like the sustainability of something like that, like How to Train Your Dragon. When's the last time a movie from that franchise came out? Right, they only had
a few years ago.
Movies.
Yeah,
right?
And there was
Harry
a TV
Potter,
show.
Same thing.
Okay, I can defend that to a point because I think because Disney has a lot of stuff still that has like, when's the last time we had an Alice in Wonderland movie? You could use the same kind of thing. Like they have rides based on movies that were made in the 1930s.
They built an entire land off of the first Avatar, and yes, I know it was like a big deal, but then it took 10 plus years to get a second movie made.
Right. But at the same time, you go into those lands and you're kind of like transported there. It's the experience of being part of it, not necessarily going, when's the last time I saw this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just an innocent question. Just wondering about the
we're coming after you.
Sustainability of something
We are
like that.
coming after you.
Yeah, you watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Hey. All right, hold on a second.
Yeah. When was the last time they made a Jaws movie? Get rid of the Jaws ride.
I said the Universal Monsters
You're in
land.
timeout, Steve. There you go.
Yeah.
That was the,
Oh my god.
that was the first land I talked about, Tommy. Shut up, Tommy.
Yeah.
Are you back? You want more, Steve?
No, no, Paulie, don't do
Okay,
it.
there you go. Ryan, you're laughing a little bit too much about that. There you go. I'm out. I am that petty. I am that petty.
But no, we should do a theme park episode and talk about
Yeah.
what.
Oh,
write
man.
it down. Write it down and shut up about it. Otherwise, you've already done it.
Yeah. Well,
Brandon.
Oh my god.
Hey, Steve, we let you cry for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Paul asked me to embarrass myself, and I did.
Okay.
All right. What's our next topic?
Let's talk.
Should we talk
All right,
trailers?
well,
Yeah, let's talk trailers, man. There's a
Yeah.
lot
let's
to
talk
about.
trailers. Captain America, Brave New World. Our first look at the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie, and we've got
Happy birthday, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
as
Happy birthday,
President
Harrison.
Ross.
Yeah.
Right? What do you guys think? Overall impressions. You know, if I had my shit together, I would have had like little clips that I would have presented,
But
but
that wouldn't be the show.
I know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
I
not
know,
how we
right?
do things. We do things
Half
last
assed.
minute on the
Yeah.
cuff.
There we go.
Got your
Off
own
the
clips,
cuff.
people.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy that was asking for like a whole breakdown of the show could have got that prepared.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, he was busy.
Yeah, that's fine.
What'd y'all think?
I'm
Yeah.
down. Yeah, I'm for it. I'm all for it.
I'm excited for Harrison Ford. I obviously I love him, and yeah, I think it's cool that he's making Marvel money. I'm excited
Yep.
about that.
Because I was really worried he didn't have enough money.
Yeah,
So I'm really glad that
Yeah.
he's on there.
Yeah, same
It's
here.
just nice to see him. Excuse me while I move this past the. It's nice to see him on a.
We are in no way affiliated with
Yeah.
Jameson's, although we wouldn't say no if they reached
Yeah.
out to sponsor this channel.
Yeah.
Please
I don't
continue.
mind customs. It's nice to see him in something else, though. It's nice to see him doing something like this. I mean,
you mean something else besides a large blockbuster multi-million-dollar franchise?
just something else. No, not even Star Wars. Just something else.
Oh,
Just
Indiana
Not to
Jones.
see him drift off, and it's nice to see him do something different, something else.
Oh, something different, like play the president.
He's played the president of the United States before.
Is General Ross the president in this?
He is the president.
Yeah, he's definitely the president. Aren't they in the
He becomes
Oval
the president.
Office?
He was the Secretary of Defense or Secretary of State or something like that in Captain America: Civil War, and it looks
Right.
like he is the president now because they have the comment of, you look different without the mustache. Although I think it
Oh,
is
right. Yeah, you're right.
also in reference to
'cause
William
he's
Hurt passing away, and Harrison Ford stepping into the role.
Wait a second.
But he
he's
says,
playing.
it's either lose a mustache or lose the presidency. So
Oh,
He's
what
playing
character
General
is he?
Ross.
what's that?
Like
I
he's playing
didn't
General
realize
Ross, who is Betty Brant's, not Betty Brant,
Betty Ross.
Betty Ross. Betty
Yeah.
Brant. That's Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah, Betty Ross. That's who is Hulk's girlfriend's
that's right.
dad.
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
That's who he's playing.
That's right.
Someone in the
And
chat
he's
says
now
he's
president.
He's running for president.
He's running for president.
From-
Okay.
He's right.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I think there's meetings in the White House, and he's there. If you're,
Sorry, I'm just
I don't
trying to track this. This is the character from the Edward Norton Incredible
know.
Hulk.
Yes.
Yes, and Civil War. Captain
Yes.
America Civil War.
Oh, he was in Civil War.
Yeah,
in
and he
both.
pops
and that
up
actor
in.
and that actor passed away.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, I see. I honestly didn't catch that. I thought this was a completely new character.
He's no. He's been recast.
Yeah.
And so because they had this, they've been layering in, this character arc, in the MCU for a while now, and they're just getting to the point where they can finally bring in the Red Hulk. Because spoiler alert for those of you who don't know, President Ross is the Red Hulk, and it's a question of like, how does he become the Red Hulk, and why does he become the Red Hulk, and who is a Red Hulk? If you know your comic book lore, you probably already have the answers. I have a passing sort of familiarity with it, and so it wasn't
Ed McGuinness did the
surprising to
art
me.
for those books too. Great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. The one thing too, like, because also Thunderbolts is coming out next after this, and Thunderbolts is the superhero team that General Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, right? He puts together. So, and that's going to be that to me, I feel is going to be completely different than the comics, other than the connection of Thunderbolt Ross. right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we can get into that. We can talk about Thunderbolts when Thunderbolts puts out their first. But yeah,
wasn't there already a
can.
Thunderbolts TV show or
What-
something?
it was
Yeah, the one with the marionettes.
Yeah. No. Oh, you're talking about Thunder.
That's Thunderbird.
Sorry, that's the Thunderbirds.
I thought
Well.
I thought there was a
Guess whose
Thunderbolts
whiskey
show.
is finally catching up to him?
Yeah.
Thunderbolts all go.
Thunderbolts was supposed to be a Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
And then that also got the Mandalorian season 4 thing where it was
the
like
changeover.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this into a movie now.
Like Moana 2.
Like Moana 2, right? Because now they're starting to do I'm starting to see a trend there with Disney doing that.
Yeah.
Because now people want more budgets or they want bigger budgets, and Disney Plus has been cutting budgets. They're like, well, if you want a bigger budget, you're going to need to make a movie. All right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, I can't imagine that they know what's going on, because Inside Out 2 has become the highest grossing animated film of all time.
What?
Or maybe it's just for Pixar then. Maybe not
Okay.
all time. Maybe it must be just for Pixar.
Yeah.
But they clearly, they're pulling stuff from Disney Plus TV shows and turn them into movies for some specific reason.
Ryan, what he says speaks truth.
Yeah.
As well. It is,
but they can make more money at the box office than on Disney Plus subscribers.
Well, generally speaking, too, you get. Feature films get more of a budget than TV shows, right? And it's a condensed shooting period. Usually, in terms of the number of days, shooting a 2-hour movie is generally it's a shorter period of time than like an 8-hour, season of television. I'm hearing rumors about that happening indeed, where it's like, well, if you want this kind of a budget, you need you have to do a feature film, but that means you cut down your storytelling by half, right? So there is that consideration out there. Stuff with networks, everybody's kind of shrinking in and trying to make their dollars sort of stretch out a little bit more. And that's fallout from the writer's strike, the actors' strike. The transition from audiences wanting to watch a majority of the content on streaming services rather than in the theaters, right? You see movies like Furiosa not performing well.
You know why though, Paul? Because they didn't do a popcorn bucket.
They didn't do Furiosa.
Just an
I
arm.
can stick my popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
You're right.
Everyone would keep going to the movies if they're going to cut on to this. We're going to see it. The popcorn
They could have done
bucket
a special, like instead of butter, you can like put gasoline on your popcorn or something. Just something fun.
Just something
and
fun.
spray it with silver.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? They go, witness me.
Yeah, witness me.
That would have been great.
Oh, we have a birthday.
We do. Thank you so much for pointing it out. It is the Bitter Trolls' birthday. Happy birthday, Charles.
Ooh, happy
AKA
birthday, Charles.
Christopher Duncan. Thank you so much for pointing that out, Captain Wreck. And thank you for a $2 super chat to remind us that it is Bitter Trolls' birthday. Happy birthday, Christopher. I hope you're doing well in lovely Tennessee, if I remember correctly. So happy birthday to you, young friend.
Yeah. Just a heads up, Inside Out 2 is Pixar's top grossing movie of all time.
Pixar's, okay.
And guess what? Garfield is still making more money than Inside Out 2.
Wow.
Boo.
What? Boo? Apparently, yeah, Garfield's apparently
no, that's
great.
not,
I haven't gone to the
not
theater
Garfield. That's Orange Chris Pratt. It's different. It's not Garfield.
Wow.
Orange Chris Pratt.
He's not doing a voice.
Do you guys?
He's not doing a voice.
They should have just got the original voice.
Well, do you guys miss that? Because it was the guy that did Peter Venkman's voice.
Yep.
In Ghostbusters. What's the name of the voice actor? That's not Frank Welker, is it?
No, I don't believe so.
No,
but it was the same voice actor who did Garfield and Peter Venkman in the real Ghostbusters.
Every time someone says Peter Venkman, I think Dave Coulier because he took over.
Yeah.
He didn't sound like Garfield.
That lineage is fantastic because the guy who did the voice of Venkman in Real Ghostbusters did the voice of Garfield. Then in the live action, they got Bill Murray to do Garfield.
Right.
Lorenzo
And
music.
that's a whole story in itself, because Bill Murray thought he was signing on to do a Garfield movie with the Coen brothers, because the director or the writer of those live action Garfield movie is named Joel Coen, but it's a different Joel Coen, not of the Coen brothers.
Not of the Coen brothers. Well, here's a great. I just IMDb'd this. This was blowing my mind. So the voice actor for Peter Venkman in the Real Ghostbusters is an actor by the name of Dave Coulier.
Oh, yeah.
He was the second voice.
Second one.
Who's also known as the voice. As the actor who played Joey Gladstone in the television series Fuller House.
Hey, Slimer,
right?
Cut it out, Slimer. Let's see.
He also did Rick Moranis' voice in the short-lived Bob and Doug McKenzie cartoon. I remember that.
Oh, really?
Because Dave Thomas returned, but Rick Moranis didn't return.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, you're right. There you go. Lorenzo Music was the original Peter Venkman and Garfield.
Yeah.
So good though.
There you go.
He was to me. He still sounds like the best. Like when someone says Peter Venkman, I think Lorenzo Music.
That's what I hear as Garfield.
And that's what I hear as Garfield.
The consensus, though, is that we're still thumbs up for the Captain America trailer, right?
Are we still talking about that one? God. Yeah. That old chestnut.
I forgot.
This is so. Hey, everybody! This is the journey. This is the journey for all of us here. We are like goldfish. We see shiny things.
It is a real insight into our conversation.
Yeah. Which is why it's so much fun to hang out with all of us, right?
Yeah. That's why we do it.
This is why we don't come in with a plan.
Oh look! Hey, it's Webby.
What's up, Webby or
Webby.
Steve? Steve,
it's Webby.
Is it Webby? He didn't say it was Webby.
I wouldn't say we did have some other teasers as well.
Yes, we did. The Bachelorette version of. Wait, I'm not done with Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay,
I'm not done.
Okay.
So
good.
I'm hearing rumblings of course, the new I saw a breakdown video on it, and one of the big things that they mentioned was, of course, it's the search for the new super metal that is out that surpasses, which is adamantium.
Right. It would have to be.
So that's the next big one, and it just sort of coincides with the fact that the X-Men is now back in the Marvel fold.
Yeah. And hot.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And hot right now.
And hot. Yes. That's
H-O-T or H-A-W-T, Ryan?
Like kind of both.
Okay. Man, it slaps. No cap.
Yeah.
Right? It's got the riz and the drip.
Yes. Yeah, it's got the riz and the drip.
Skibbity. No, that's fireman straight up. Gen X.
Certified banger.
There you go. There you go. Certified banger. That's right. So, and that's a big thing because they have one of the images from the trailer is Red Hulk's hand over Captain America's shield. Which is vibrant, but he's bending it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was the thing that I thought was the coolest part of this release day was that poster. That's a cool image.
It is a cool image. I agree. I'm totally stoked. I'm down for Falcon Cap. I like it in the comics. I liked Falcon Winter Soldier. So I'm totally on board with this. Because I do feel like Deadpool and Captain America are going to really start that new
phase of the MCU.
That new phase of the MCU, especially now because, like you said, they're hinting at adamantium. Clearly, that has to be the next big metal.
Mm-hmm.
We've got another Hulk. We've got two Hulks now, meaning we can have Wolverine come in at any point and fight either one of them. I just think this is going to be the next step Marvel needed because the multiverse saga, is that what they call it? A multiverse phase 4, phase 5? I don't know.
Phase 5. I think it's phase 5 now.
It fell a little flat. And I think because people were just kind of like still trying to get over Endgame.
It's fatigue, though.
I don't
It's
know.
superhero fatigue. I think it is.
And
I
it's
don't
a
think
lot of homework. There's
Yeah,
so much.
It's you
that
have
it's
to watch.
It's hard to do it all.
Yeah, even now you have to have watched the Eternals. You have to watch Secret Wars. You have to watch all these different shows to get every single bit of background to it, and it's exhausting after certain points. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
I want to
certainly
watch
followed
Is It
on.
Cake?
Hey, I
Right.
actually kind of disagree with that because I think that like when you have a good superhero movie like the Batman, which again takes no homework, you can just go in and watch it. Spider-Verse, you can just go in and watch it. I totally miss whatever they're giggling about. What was it? Spider-Verse and like even Captain, like the Marvels, I thought was fun. It's not great, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, so I don't think it's necessarily fatigue, but I think if the movies just hit with people don't even think about fatigue. So I honestly don't think if it's real, if it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. If a movie's good, they've done their job. You don't need to be thinking, oh shit, I didn't do my homework. That movie didn't mean nothing for me. So a movie's got to exist on its own. You need to
Right,
go to a movie and watch it. And if you understand everything else, bang on. You're getting some more fodder for what you need. If you don't understand everything else, you should still enjoy that movie without having to know.
Right.
Like toxic fans aside, not every superhero fan reads every single comic.
Correct. I don't.
Yeah. Not everything is made for everyone.
Wait. They have comics?
Yeah.
Actually, they're not comics anymore. They're idea farms.
Wow.
But you know, it's you don't have to watch everything, and maybe you won't get every single reference, just like I didn't get the reference in the trailer to looking different with the mustache, right? But it didn't affect anything for me. If anything, the people that knew that reference got a laugh out of that or got something out of that, but that didn't affect me whatsoever. And if there's anything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that is required to explain story, they're gonna show you again. They're gonna flash back, they're gonna re-explain, they're
Just
gonna
like comics.
Yes, exactly. Like no matter what you watch, all the important information is in there. They're not gonna purposefully leave something out with the expectation that you watched, you know, both seasons of Loki, right?
No,
they should.
But if you're writing sloppy, you're hoping that someone's done that.
That's a fair point too.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're up against now. You got to have some really clever writing to involve everybody, and that's difficult to do in a 2-hour movie. So
yeah, but I am feeling that excitement from this trailer, and then of course from Deadpool Wolverine.
Well, that's kind of opening up another book. That's like an open palette right now. Like they could get away.
Yeah,
with
that's what I mean.
So
like
much.
It feels like we're entering, like now we're in a new era. We're in a new starting on point, a new jumping on point.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's making this exciting. Plus, X-Men '97 was some of the best shit I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
So that's got me super excited for, you know, just anything, like just more X-Men.
Yeah. No, it's definitely going to be exciting time coming up with this stuff. I'm actually going to stop watching all the teasers for Deadpool now, I think. Because they're showing a little bit more and more and more, and I don't. And the same for Romulus.
I didn't watch the second one. I saw screenshots of a character that was in the second trailer, but I didn't watch the second trailer.
Right.
Because there's 2 trailers and then this Bachelorette spot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like 2 official trailers and there's like 2 or 3 teasers which have some stuff in it too, right?
Okay. Yeah. I definitely have only seen that very first trailer.
Yeah.
No, like a prayer trailer?
The which one, sorry?
Like a prayer?
Where they walk around.
Life is a myth.
We don't need
that one. Yeah.
Don't get us monetized. Come on. No.
I'm not that good, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Our musical guest tonight is Brandon. Welcome back.
Is Madonna, clearly.
Yeah, no, that I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna come.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh.
Ooh.
We are sponsored by Aviation Gin tonight.
Ah.
Thank you, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan Reynolds.
Did you get all 5?
No, I only got one.
Did you see they've just released the really limited edition Wolverine version?
No.
Yeah. There's a limited edition Wolverine version of that coming out.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
just one.
I got to get another bottle.
Yeah, it's all in yellow and blue.
Oh.
Yeah, Ryan. Oh, I heard the thud of your
Hold
desk.
on.
Oh,
Here, hold on. Wait, hold that up again. Let me embiggen you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Ryan's just embiggered himself.
I'm biggened already.
Yeah.
Hang on.
You got the
Get
slash
in
one.
there. There we go.
Yeah,
Look at that.
that's a good one.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Why is it
Yeah.
American gin and then Deadpool? It seems like backwards. That should be like Regina Gin, Deadpool, because he's from Regina.
Oh, you haven't sampled it yet?
I just finished this bottle.
Yeah, it's an empty bottle, Steven.
It's in this cup.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I was so excited when those got announced. I knew I needed one, but now I got to go get another one, I guess.
Yeah, you got to look for this Wolverine one. It's there's an etched one now as well. They've actually etched one, so they've done glass etching of a DP, and then you got the
Of a
Wolverine.
DP?
Yeah.
Maybe you should just say Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah, all right.
Glass etching of a DP has.
But I'm enjoying watching.
significantly
I'm
different
enjoying watching their
connotations.
tour. Have you seen them doing their tour? They're like from Asia, and now they just gone to
Yeah.
UK, and they're doing all this fun stuff. And I think Deadpool even went into the Euro Championships and tried to steal the ball off the pitch or
I
something.
saw
They're
a
having
photo
so
of
much
that.
fun with it, and I've really got a little hope here for not going to the premiere because it's in New York. So I've got a hope that during SDCC we're going to get hit big time. I'm hoping those boys come back to LA and give us a visit down at SDCC. So fingers crossed. After they're done with the premiere, they're going to come from New York back to LA and come down to San Diego.
What is the LCBO?
Keep praying.
So in
Liquor
Ontario, the
Liquor
LCBO
Control
stands
Board of
for the
Ontario.
Oh,
Liquor Control Board of Ontario, and the workers
Okay.
are currently on strike, which means you can't get any hard alcohol at the regular spots that you do.
The stores are closed?
They're all closed. They're all on
wow.
strike. Now, the
Wow.
beer store is still open, so you can still get beer, but you can't get any spirits, basically,
dumb.
unless you go
At the
straight to
government
distilleries.
stores. Yeah.
So it's not love cracking butt orifices.
Did you
So
just
do
come
you,
up with
so
that?
do you need? So do you need?
I think you've thought of this a little bit too hard, Ryan.
I'm just so I'm
Somehow.
wrong, okay?
You're
Yeah,
so
you're wrong.
so
I'm
wrong. on
Work
that.
Say
Workshop
that.
it.
That's all you gotta
Workshop
do.
it.
You don't have to-
Demonetized yet again. Thank you, Ryan.
God, I'm just saying.
So you're saying even if you wanted to get one, you couldn't right now because you can't buy liquor.
That's right. Can't buy liquor.
I can
Legally.
go down to the drugstore and buy it. It's
Good for
crazy.
you.
So
Do
what's
you
happening
have
with
the bottle
bars
yet,
over
Steve?
there then?
That's
No,
part-
I actually don't drink gin,
But even for the
but Ali does.
but your wife does.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I haven't been out for a while, and I'm not that super pumped, and I'm still sulking about the cantina. So yeah, I'll probably, if I see one, I'll get one. I'm not going hunting
Yeah.
for it. I don't need it.
They're pretty cool.
But you want it. You
Don't wait till 10 o'clock at night.
I don't
Steve.
I don't need it.
There you go.
I'll get the Wolverine one that you
FOMO.
can't.
Yeah, I need to find that Wolverine one. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that
Yeah.
that was coming out.
I need to find
But speaking of not watching trailers anymore, but did you see the latest Romulus one, Paul? Because I know
Yes,
you're
I
a
did.
huge. Yeah. What do you think of that one? Are you still just as excited as when you saw the first one?
I am. You know, it's one of these things where I am undisciplined, let's say, when it comes to trailers and potential spoilers. I honestly, most of the time, don't give a flying fuck because I'm like voracious in terms of like
Yeah.
I just need more content, like give it to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
type thing, because a lot of times they're out of context, and I do oftentimes forget. Like I look at it, I revel in it, I enjoy it. It's like, oh my god, I got that dopamine hit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay. And when I go to the movie theaters, I completely go blank on what I've seen.
yeah.
And so I can enjoy it, and it's not really spoiled for me in that sense, right? Or I'm also the mindset of, oh, I wonder how they get to this point
Right.
in it, right? So
You
I
start
still enjoy it.
overthinking.
Yeah, so I enjoy it, and I get a huge kick out of as well the number of people who start to postulate and speculate what what's going on and theorize based on a single screen cap, or like watching a trailer in super slow motion and picking out a single frame of something that's blurry in the background that can lead to this, or this. I find immense joy or not joy, but entertainment in watching people just pull it straight out of their asses to try to explain something away and come up with some really, really great theories, some absolutely garbage theories, but it's fun. I mean, and that's for me part of that enjoyment of like the buildup of anticipation, right? And I don't find myself bitterly disappointed by a lot of things.
No.
A lot of times I am pleasantly surprised, and that's a bit of the game that we play with each other. In fact, I'm a bit more disappointed if we can figure it out beforehand, you know, but that doesn't take away from my excitement or my joy of watching these things when they're actually there. August 16th, or maybe even before, if I can get into an advanced screening, I will be there, absolutely terrified, hiding behind my hands, because Fede Alvarez, he said he wants to return the show to its roots, which was a horror movie. And you know, the more that I see about some of the background of these characters too, I remember when it leaked and they were talking about how, oh, you know, it's a teenage cast, and you had all these toxic anti-fans who just wanted to shit on everything, going, oh my god, it's teenagers, this is gonna suck. Oh, look at the poster design, this is gonna suck. And that shit, man, just drives me crazy. But at the same time, I know these are the first ones who are going to go, I knew all along it was going to be awesome when it does do really, really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I love seeing the background and the fact that they're like, do you want to be like our parents were? Like, I love the fact that there's more impetus for them to, like, there's a little bit more background as to why they're on the show. Why they're doing this, like, just a little bit more, and I love that. You know, a little bit of breadcrumbs.
The breadcrumbs are definitely cool, and I think that's what I see it. It's just on my phone normally. I won't go to YouTube and then watch it and big in it and then really get it, but I'll see it on the phone, and it gets me excited. But I won't necessarily go back and watch, pause, see if I can see it now. I just want to get on with it. So I'm exactly the same as you. I think at this point, it's those breadcrumbs of, okay, let's get on. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be fun. And that's just what I'm hoping for. I don't need something to blow my mind, because we had that already. I just want something that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Give me that thrill, that scare. And the good thing is I'll take Ali with me, so she'll be terrified anyway, so I'll get that feeling of a good horror no matter what. So it'll be good. But yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like the look of it. So,
Have you guys seen the new Gladiator trailer? Gladiator 2.
Oh, I haven't yet.
Oh, you have not?
I'm not a big fan, so
big fan of the original Gladiator or the redo.
It's not I don't really like those types of like period piece movies. It doesn't do anything for me.
And the funny thing is, we talk about everyone that likes to shit on stuff before they've seen it. And when I heard there was Gladiator 2, I was instantly like, because I've seen Gladiator 1, right? And I liked it. It was a classic. And then I heard that Pedro was going to be in it. And I instantly, without knowing anything about it, figured that Pedro was going to be the new Gladiator. But it's not the case, right? Yeah. So you have to watch the trailer to see what they're going to put down. And I think it'd be a fun movie.
Well, and that's why I bring it up, because already, and we've seen this before, right? Hold on, everybody. I'm going to get on my soapbox. The trailer just got dropped, and it's being what is it called? Fan bombed, rating bombed, or whatever. A lot of thumbs down. It's got a ton of views, but a ton of thumbs down, and for the most ridiculous of reasons that they're finding out. And so, like, one of them being they use a contemporary rap song in the trailer. So people are like, wow, it's a period piece. How could they use like modern day rap music? Another one is they have Denzel Washington as a prominent character in it. It's like, how can a black guy have such a role of prominence? Like, how can he be so important in those times?
Isn't that his story? Isn't that his story?
Hey, historically speaking, there were black people who held power in ancient Rome, even back then. So there's stuff like that. It's incredible and very disappointing that and here's the thing, because when I heard it reported, people saying, "Well, this is fandom." It's like, it's not fandom.
No,
Those are anti-fans.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that all being lumped together. If you're a fan, it becomes this whole, like, I really, really hate this, and I want to change the narrative on this so hard, on the fact that, you know, people who just go out and shit on things, that people call them, oh, well, they're like super fans who are like super toxic. It's like, you're not a fan then.
Yeah.
Let's stop calling them that. They're
Yeah.
haters.
Hey,
You're not a fan. Fans don't
gatekeepers.
shit on something that they like. Right? Like,
Gatekeepers.
let's call a spade a spade. And I'm
Hey,
getting
also,
tired.
gladiator movies, like those are about as historically accurate as Lord of the Rings.
Hey,
These are fantasy movies, like Old West movies. That's a fantasy movie.
amen.
Like,
I
right?
agree. At
And
the end of the
so
day,
they could be whatever they want it
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
they're movies. It's entertainment. It's not historical fact. These are things that, and that's the thing. Star Wars. We look at Star Wars. It's like, dudes, it's a make believe story about space wizards and guys in plastic armor. Like, come on.
It wasn't
Yeah. Really?
plastic.
Yeah, it was porcelain.
It wasn't plastic. It was blast proof.
That's fantastic. Oh my god.
It's armor. It's
Yeah.
armor.
Hey, that could swiftly bring us into Acolyte, but I don't think we're done
Yeah.
with teasers and trailers. And so I saw somebody mention this in the chat, and I wanted to bring this up too. Is, have you seen the new Beverly Hills Cop?
That's good.
I've not, but I want to.
Okay.
I
Okay,
haven't either.
then let's save it for
Me
another day.
neither. Yeah.
Yeah, let's save it for another day.
I'd have to rewatch the previous 3 to
I
get
think that's a
into
good
number
weekend.
4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
done.
Okay.
Any other teaser trailers that we've seen this week that you want to talk about?
Well,
I got
Yeah.
a feeling there's going to be more in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
San
with
Diego. But
SBC,
Brandon, yeah, go ahead.
I was just we didn't even really talk about the Deadpool Wolverine Bachelorette trailer.
Oh, yeah,
What's
true.
just Hugh Jackman's ass?
Yeah. Were we?
It's a-
was
it's
anybody
amazing.
else not as impressed by his butt?
He's no Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's no Steve Evans.
I was,
But that's
he-
rude to compare him to Steve Evans. Like that's
well, that's
not fair.
America's ass.
Chris Evans.
Is
Well-
that supposed to be Canada's ass?
Steve
Well,
Evans?
he
Is that what
is
you're
from
telling me?
Alberta. The prairies are pretty flat.
I know.
Okay, so
Okay, fair.
flat.
Hugh Jackman is not from Alberta.
but
is he?
Wolverine is.
Oh, Wolverine.
Wolf-
Okay.
Yeah, but he should ride a horse, which will give him buns of steel.
Good God.
You definitely have rock hard thighs.
And he's used to
Oh, I
swinging
got-
a big axe.
You just reminded me. I got a story to tell you guys after
Okay.
we're off the air.
But we could, yeah. So did you want to mention something about it, Brandon?
No, I just
Oh,
wanted to
just
talk
the-
about
just
Hugh
the
Jackman's butt.
Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah. I've been
That was
enjoying
my
the-
takeaway.
I've been enjoying the teasers, but I know that I'm going to see too much soon, and I just want to go in and enjoy it. I want to laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it.
It's not really a
comedy is
teaser
one.
though.
No,
Comedy.
Like the Bachelorette trailer, it's just from what I
Ridiculous.
recall, it's just them doing. There's no. I don't remember any new footage
yeah,
in it that hasn't been in all the other trailers or teasers. So
it's like
It's not,
the silence your phones video that they're playing at the movie
Yeah,
theaters.
it's
That's
like that.
That's amazing. Like that's
Yeah.
that's incredible.
yeah, that's
stuff.
so funny.
It's so
so-
funny. But yeah,
I just want to answer
Yeah.
Aaron S's question here. He got his Carson Teva signed helmet. Paul signed 10 out of 12 on the helmet. Is that a call sign or something? No. It was a limited run. So 12 helmets got signed, and you got the 10th of the 12th helmet. That's literally it. So, and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you liked
Nice.
the extra photograph that was put in there.
Number 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was a naked one.
Yeah. It's just the one of him running back to the X-wing.
yes.
Yeah. Talking of asses.
Hey, dude, you should have that at
Oh my
your
God.
next convention. You should have that one of you and just have it limited 5 prints at the con. You can get the one of you running like
Yeah,
and
just-
just call it
Yeah.
the plot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan,
Right?
we have to get t-shirts made before Los Angeles. It needs to be the turning girlfriend boyfriend with Carson walking back, and it's Hera and Kanan and Carson walking in the background.
Oh my
That's-
God.
That's it. We got the new
That's it.
t-shirts.
Oh, see if we can get some. I know some artists.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know some artists. Let's make that happen.
Anything else? Anything else that was shiny on the screen?
Time Bandits. Somebody wrote
Oh, yeah.
That was
a comment on
me.
that. Have people watched the Time Bandits trailer for the new series, TV series?
I did.
Well, I dropped it in the chat, so everyone should have just watched it.
In this chat or our chat?
And
Our
right
chat.
now, yeah, our chat. So right now, I'm not sure. And the only reason I'm not hating on it, and I want to watch it before I make my mind up. But right now, what I'm seeing is it's so different to what I know and love as the movie that I haven't quite wrapped my brain around it yet. So it's excited me because I think it's a great concept to see more of what these guys are up to and whatever. The concept is going to be fun, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I watched it and
This
I was
looks
like,
very new.
It's a great creative team too, because it's Taika
Right.
Waititi and Jermaine who produced What We Do in the Shadows, and obviously, Flight of the Conchords.
Our Flag Means Death.
Yes, so it's got good people behind it, but whether or not it pans out, we'll see.
Yeah, so I've watched it. I was intrigued, but
I believe it is it a series or is it a movie?
It's a series,
TV show. Yeah, I think it's a Netflix TV show, right?
No, I think it's
Apple,
actually.
Apple TV. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Apple TV. And this is really interesting. So Aaron S. writes down, Time Bandits looks pretty good. Apple TV has been killing sci-fi so far. So I was talking to
There's the hateful fans.
Simon.
They're not killing anything. The sci-fi has been great.
Trendy killing, Ryan.
In a good way.
Oh,
the good killing, like it slays, it's fire.
Like bad meaning, not
Straight
bad
up.
meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
Yeah, man. Let him cook, bro.
Yeah.
We're eating, right? Apple's
Right.
eating. So the whole thing is, I was talking to Simon Cassanides, who plays Axe-Woves on The Mandalorian, and he was saying, and this is really interesting, a lot of the really good content is coming from these tech companies that are taking chances and making sort of artier films or series that take more of a risk because that is not their primary money-making source, right? These are tech companies. So Amazon, Apple, they make money off of computers and iPhones and delivery and selling merchandise. The entertainment section, they can afford to take a loss because that's not their primary thing. So that's why they're pushing the boundaries in terms of creating art. Whereas, excuse me, the traditional distributors, the film companies, the streamers whose primary source is making money off of these stories, they're doing the formulaic, safe, audience test approved, by the numbers movies that are specifically designed just to rake in as much money, and they don't care about story as much. I hadn't considered that, but I'm like thinking that's absolutely right. And it's funny that we've gotten to this point now where these tech companies are the ones that are making the art, and the other companies that should be their mandate, like your only job is to storytell, are taking that safe sort of route to do that. That blew my mind, that whole theory.
Yeah, and it should, there's only going to be good movies when there's still inventiveness and imagination, right? And when it's just like take a cookie cutter, stamp it out, they'll love this. If we put this dude in it, it's going to be awesome. Let's just do it and make a witty comment about this, blah blah blah. Cookie cutter AI bullshit. That's all we're seeing, although we have seen for these major companies. And you're right. And I was kind of hoping that when the strike happened, that people and actors and writers and people would take it to the smaller studios, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Is the really interesting stuff to come out, like you said, is on these other platforms. It's just a weird state of affairs in my mind, but I'm glad they're out there doing it. It just means you've got to subscribe to all these other freaking channels, right? But did you guys ever watch Outer Range?
Is that the show you were talking about last time?
Because I'm gutted. They just cancelled it.
No way.
Yeah. So it did two seasons. I saw Josh Brolin post up on his thing, like the feeling you get when you hear that Outer Range 3 has been cancelled. It's like, no, that was dope. That was so cool. But yeah, it's a bummer. But thanks for watching it.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get there. I've been busy. You've been busy. You were so busy you couldn't sign up for that Haslab. So that's all I'm going to say to you, Steve.
Thanks, Paul.
That's all I'm going to say to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I tried. I reached out, bro.
You did. You tried. And I don't blame you at all.
So I mean, me.
Did we all catch up and watch Acolyte?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Okay.
I
watched it again today.
Okay.
Like I did it
And
for a
second
second
viewing?
time. I actually liked it way more when I first watched it. My first viewing, I was like, the pacing's all weird. And I realized because I was so hung up on some of the pacing that I wasn't paying attention.
So
and then this time I was like paying attention and I was like, man, that was really good. What the hell was I thinking?
So yeah, that's the question I want to pose to you. It's like, what the hell were you thinking then? Like if you're getting caught up on, and I'm guilty of this too, right?
Right.
These limited series, they're not really meant to be watched week at a time.
Yeah,
You
that's
slam
how I'm
them
starting
together.
to feel.
Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, because they really should be like 8-hour movie or like 4-hour movies, right? Because they're about half hour each.
Yeah.
So, I mean, part of it is the release schedule, this or that. And I know, I like the fact that they've now released it at a reasonable hour for a lot of people, so you don't have to stay up till midnight and watch it, or 3 a.m. For us on the East Coast to watch something like that. So I like that part of it, but I mean, it drives me nuts that we're so focused as a fan base because we get it doled out, Get it? We get it sort of parceled out an episode at a time, and it kills the flow. Because I don't think these shows are really structured to be built that way, right?
No, even when they end.
And so we get caught up in like silly things like the pace was off or this or that instead of focusing on the story.
Right.
Yeah. But that's what I said. I said to you guys, I was going to try and watch it 3 at a time, but obviously I had to catch up for tonight. So I watched 2 at a time. And honestly, it's even watching 2 at a time, it's so much better than just watching one.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. So what do you think?
Nope. I liked it. I liked it seeing it from the other point of view, or just from another, because before we only got like episode 3, right?
Yeah.
That's when we only got like the snippets. So we got like glances of like almost like pictures, where they would do like a click, here you go. Here's like a slideshow. And you sit there and go, well, what happened here? Click.
Or
what happened
like
here?
a trailer.
Like a trailer. Right?
Like a trailer.
Like
and
a trailer.
Everybody's speculating and everybody's saying this is garbage and everybody's like ripping the show to shreds.
Well, I knew there had to be a payoff at some point.
Yeah.
It was just the point of being patient and getting to it. So when I was watching it today and watching it just more intently, I was like, because it's not that I hated the episode when I watched it the first time. It was just like, I was just a little thrown off, but that was my own fault. It had nothing to do with the show. So when I watched it today, it was just like, I was totally in, I was totally invested. And I was like, oh my God, this was awesome. And I've always been down for witches. I've been down for the witches since the late 1900s as well. When I first read the Courtship of Princess Leia novel, and that's when they first introduced Dathomir and the Force witches. And so there was like this subgroup of Force users that were more of the dark side of the Force because of how they used it. And then seeing them really use some of that crazy ass shit that we see like in Clone Wars and in novelizations, seeing it here done in this series, like possessing people and doing their chants and like,
yeah, that possession bit was good, man.
Doing some witch shit. I was like, yo, this is great.
Yeah. The possession of Kanaka was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like watching
even
the Jedi.
Of Torben,
Wookiee.
right? Or Torben?
Yeah.
Is that
Torben,
the,
right?
the little boy?
Yeah.
The Padawan. And again, she's doing exactly what the Sith do, which is like seduce him and being like, yo, you want this? I can give this to you.
Yeah. That was such a cool scene, man. And to see, because we see him possessed with the black eyes in the previous episode, but we had no idea what was going on behind that. That was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so
well,
good
even when she's like, kneel, and he drops, right? And I was like,
yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
No, I loved it. I loved it. I love the show.
Jumping back a little bit, because I watched 7 and 8. So did anyone else, and you've probably talked about it on your numerous podcasts because you're also famous, but did anyone else get thrown off by the wire handrail in the rocky island when they were chatting after the bath?
They ruined Star Wars with that.
But it was so weird to see handrails and wire with it, like it was just in the middle of nowhere in a cave. And the reason I laugh about it, I'm not saying it's different, but the reason I laugh about it is because we spent years saying there's no bloody handrail up at that thing. There was no handrail for them to hand. So we spent so many years saying, where were the handrails? Where are the handrails? And today I watched an episode. I was like, why is there a handrail?
Because that was 300 years ago.
Yeah, they were safer back then.
But those are for the Empire. The Empire didn't use handrails.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Right?
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Yeah.
They did not care.
It cost too much.
They didn't want those criminals who escaped to a cave.
There's no health and safety committee on the Death Star.
There you go.
So funny. Yeah, it's
no, that would be a fun skit to do.
That's one of my favorite Family Guy jokes.
Oh,
with the Death Star gunners.
Robot chicken. Oh, okay.
I know. I think it's Family Guy when they're like standing there in the channel of where the green beam comes through, and he's like, "All I'm asking for is a handrail."
Yeah.
Well, they do the same thing in Mando season 2. He's like, "Can you hurry up? There's no handrails. Like, what am I supposed to do?"
Yeah. It was so funny. I was like, "Oh, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. It's taking me out. It's taking me out."
Like,
just CGI the wires out, man. They were just wires. Just take them out. It's throwing me off.
So is that the island from Last Jedi?
That's the other thing I thought when they scoped
It's not
out,
supposed to be.
Yeah,
they said it's supposed to be familiar to it.
Yeah,
but it's not. She's come out. Leslie Headland has come out and said no.
Yeah,
it is not the same island, but it's supposed to give you those vibes.
Yeah.
Well, it worked.
A tranquil place where you home your
show your butt.
Show your butt.
But it must be tranquil. There's not even any of those bird things there. Just the weird elephant things.
Where are you going to get your
very phallic little creatures? Wink, 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 wink. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Alicia's just watching, just like
rubber
cup, like, damn, dark side. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Fear leads to what is it?
The only thing that I thought was maybe a little bit clunky, and maybe I need to do a rewatch. Obviously, we're deep into spoilers. We've already been talking about the last episode, so if anybody hasn't seen it, I'm going to spoil something. Master Soul killing the mother.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that seemed a little bit clunky to me, and I wasn't really understanding what she was doing to, was it Osha or May? She was protecting Osha?
Yes, but Saul thought she was attacking her.
Well, the theory they came up with was the sacrifice, right? So before they went there, the reason they went there was because they figured they were going to try and sacrifice the children for a greater purpose.
Yeah,
that's what I got out. So I think he feels that there was
in the hole
or whatever, right? He obviously feels there's some magic that's taking place that's going to be harming the girl. So he put an end to it, is what I feel.
Yeah, and then that's what scarred him. That's his big like.
But the death is accidental, correct?
Yes.
Because he ignited his lightsaber as she was transitioning to some sort of other plane, but was still in some sort of a solid state.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right? I didn't really understand.
That she was actually protecting the girls.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, I fucked up. Yeah. And now it's cost her life.
Yeah.
That's what he's been holding on to for the past 16 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because
my favorite bit about all that was as she's dying, she lets him know, I was gonna let her go.
Yeah.
I was gonna do all this for you. She chose this, you asshole.
Yeah.
It was basically that final sort of
it was.
And I think I was a little bit, because I was like, oh, is that supposed to be the big secret moment? But then we also had the big secret moment of him sacrificing May to save Osha, right? Yeah. That was pretty. So it just seemed like a little bit clunky, and maybe a second watch would have helped me get more answers. Maybe I was just caught up on other details, or just trying to track information at that point that I wasn't really grasping everything. But I guess it makes sense that whatever she was doing, she was protecting Osha.
Correct. Okay. That was the end of it. She chose to be a mother first. And she made that very clear in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like that to me, I thought was great. That was a great scene too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can we talk about Aaron's comment then, Paul, as you put it up there?
This is why I brought it up.
Yeah.
So Aaron S. writes, Torben went to the witches, didn't do anything really, and then meditated for 10 years and drank poison from feeling so bad. None of them really did anything to cause all of those deaths. I disagree.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I disagree
Just
with
meddling.
that.
They just were meddling.
They messed up big time, man.
Yeah, I mean, Torben rushing off, and because he was still under, I think, that was his biggest desire was to get back to Coruscant.
Yeah.
And he rushed off despite his master, Indara, saying, "Stay here. Like, what are you doing?" He rushes off, and he sets the conflict in motion.
Sets the wheels in motion, man.
As tragic as it is. Yeah. Saul goes out after him, and his only task is to bring him to stop him. But they both sort of get caught up in the moment, and they start this conflict. What the hell? Why is it? What the hell?
That's good.
That's supposed to do that.
He's celebrating their death, I guess.
Celebrating their death, and there's bullying. So for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. But yeah, you're right. I think they had everything to do, and in fact, that moment where she tries to disconnect the power and wipes them all out, I spent probably a minute at least of that one was like, holy shit, what a mess up.
Again, that was that whole part of that slideshow of from episode 3 when we're going, what happened to all the witches?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I still to this day don't understand what was making the rock blow up and catch fire. I still don't get that.
Hang on, I got that too. But I want to go back to one more thing about Torben, because the other thing too is he did kneel down to the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Which is probably still affecting him, even though when she's at, like, they're in there really. Sorry, I love the interior of that Jedi 1950s diner, 60s aesthetic looking ship. I love it. But anyways, they're in that hallway and she's like, "Is your mind clear?" She's like, yeah. And clearly it wasn't, because he was ready to, like, again, like you said,
do anything to get home.
Rush to get home. Right? There wasn't that patience. And they were even talking like, hey, we're on a really good mission here. We're going to, they talk about all that. But no, sorry, Steve, go ahead.
No, I don't think I had anything to add to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I think. I think Torben, like, there was a lot going on there with him, and I think that's why he ended up going and doing the meditation.
Yeah, they caused everything. The Jedi caused everything there. Like they meddled way too early. Saul just, to me, seems very self-centered, and I want that girl as my Padawan. I feel it's the right thing to do. It just feels so wrong to me watching it as a viewer. Yeah, and I'm glad they explained that May didn't purposely set fire to the place. I enjoyed to see that. That it was a mistake. What a mistake of a maker. But
it's an electrical fire, by the way, Steve.
Okay, so it's all the electrical shit that went down.
So what ends up happening? So they kind of show it. They explain it, right? Because there's all that oil that's in there that's keeping the lantern fused. When that breaks, that's what's on fire, and then you start seeing the sparks happening on the wall where all the wires are, and then that's what catches on fire, then leads to that explosion because they.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. And then eventually hits the main reactor, right, or whatever it is that powers the place. Okay, right. Yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, I going back to the original comment we would hopefully bringing some clarity to is that those Jedi had everything to do with it.
Yeah.
And when they get back, the thing that was really kind of cool for me in this episode was they get back, they know they've done wrong, and they just make up some shit to. Just make sure that the cover up was really well acted to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't like them at that point. And I was like, fuck those Jedi.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And this is why I liked it too. Like, and I love this discussion that we're having. The Carrie-Anne Moss character, Master Indara, she was the voice of reason. She was the leader of that group. She was the voice of reason. She up until that point, she was doing everything right. She wanted to talk to the Jedi Council. She didn't want to act impulsively. She was on top of it. She had 2 Jedi on her watch that fucked off and went and did their own thing. Torben, who was a Padawan, he's stupid and young, so you expect it of him. Saul had a lot of culpability in all this. And I love Lee Jung-jae's portrayal of him, but that was just so reckless of him to sort of go, I'm just doing it for the child. I'm doing it for the child. Like bordering on obsessiveness, where he actually just throws all reason out the window. They start the situation and she scolds them. She says, like, this is what you have done is wrong. It's terrible. And when he sees that, he says, I have to face the consequences. We need to tell them.
Yes.
I fucked up. We need to do this.
Yep.
Right.
She's like, you selfish
It's that
prick.
moment where, as a leader, she goes, well, what's done is done. How is this going to help you? You know, you've made this mistake. They're all dead. Right. So how do we fix this then? Like, how do we minimize the damage? And that's where she makes that bad call. Right. And so it's not a question of them being self-serving or this or that. Like, you look at it and you go, because Saul was her Padawan, she is still protective of him. There is this whole Jedi are human after all, right? They're not infallible.
Right.
I mean, she had no option.
I hate the decisions that they make, but I don't hate the Jedi because of it. And I think ultimately in the end, that is the downfall of the Jedi Order, is this sense of hubris that they have, that they can do no wrong.
Well, they're going around the galaxy taking kids for their religion.
Oh, here's the other thing too with that. Hang on, with the kids, with the kidnapping that they do.
Yeah.
So it's also like, it kind of clicked to me today as well. Like they do that specifically because I feel that there is no temptation, or that way they, like, I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying I think they do it. They get them young so that these kids don't know any other way of living. So this way they're not tempted by or being seduced by any kind of like outside forces from the Jedi.
Which is probably why, even in this show and Anakin, why them being too old is one of the biggest problems with their training.
Bingo.
Because they specifically bring that up with Osha and May in this show.
And Luke.
And Luke.
Right? Like all of that. So it's just like you hear about Obi-Wan, just like he was saying in his series, like, you know, I got faint memories, but I don't really know that. I don't really know. Right? Where Anakin did know what he was missing. And that eventually also, there's a lot of shit that led to him going to the dark side, but that was definitely one of it. One of those things, his attachments, right?
Yep.
And already they were seeing that with Osha, were they not? Like, so
yeah,
I mean, it happens. And then here's the other thing too. Like, how many Jedi now have we seen throughout the media, or just other media? God, I sound so fucking corporate. Through all the entertainment that Star Wars has put out, like through all the other shows and stuff, like Clone Wars, we had 2 Padawans that quit the Jedi Order, stepped down, right? And then we've had, and now Osha, who also stepped down from being a Jedi. So, I mean, I want to see more of that stuff going forward too, of like what really happens to these Jedis after they leave.
Yeah.
Because, like, do they become some sort of Ronin? They clearly still have some teachings and powers of the Force. And if they're not really still even down with the dark side, because they've been because Darksiders have been hiding for however long, you know, pop out every now and again.
Doesn't the mother even say to him that your way, your belief is going to be the downfall of you in the end?
Yeah.
Like she's already seen it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was good. That was good.
The narrow, closed-minded, what is it? The narrow-minded pragmatic view of the Jedi, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, not to get too serious, but it's a religion, right? Like it's a closed-minded religion.
Once written, forever followed, never changed.
Yeah,
never moving with the times. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah.
We got a $2 super chat from Captain Wrecked. I just got to bring this up. Don't drink the dark side Kool-Aid, pro tip. And following on the details of that, from Bitter Troll, Charles.
What?
Eat dark side cookies. I mean, they're just cookies. Calm down. Thank you so much for those super chats, boys.
Thank you.
Okay, so truthfully, who enjoyed the exit music of the last episode? Or did
Not
you
me.
did you
Oh,
watch
here
the
we go.
show?
I
Did
was,
you watch the show and you were like, whoa, and you tried to decompress it, and then you went, what am I
what?
listening to?
I was going to bring it up when we were talking about the rap song being on the Gladiator.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
that's why I thought it would be a good segue.
Yeah.
Because I was
It's-
like, I don't know about this. This makes me feel a little bit weird.
Yeah.
It did. It's an awkward. I think the song is great. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't even know, to be
I
honest, because
said-
both times I've heard it now, it's awkward.
It
Because
was
you-
relevant,
Yeah.
but it just it took
I
after
said-
such an emotional episode. I was like, and what is this?
I said to Renee, my wife, I was like, they could have at least put it in like Huttese or something, then it would have been the best thing.
Or just an
Yes.
instrumental.
Yes,
But
and then
yeah,
remix it, put it in the bar at Oga's.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm gonna stand my ground on that one. I don't. It was a weird choice.
Yeah,
It was a weird choice. I agree. That yeah. Can we
was-
talk about the Wookiee?
just shocking.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Astronomical.
So cool. From the beginning, the second we saw the Wookiee at the beginning of the series, I was like, oh, he's dead already? Like, I want to see this guy with a lightsaber.
Yes. And then that whole time, but all of a sudden they're like, hey, like that whole moment when they realize that he's possessed and this Wookiee's standing there and you see that silhouette and
Yeah.
the saber ignites, and I was
That was
like,
pretty dope.
damn, and then it
Yeah.
cuts to like this covenant of witches like holding hands and doing these
Just
chants.
controlling him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my
Yeah, it
god,
was
this
That
is
was kind of
very cool.
that was kind of cool too, because she stated you shouldn't have brought him, and he was like, no, man, I've locked my mind out, not
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
like, oh, because
Oh.
like they're gonna use their own against them. They're not actually
Yeah.
gonna fight them, which
Fight,
was
yeah.
clever as shit. I thought.
Yeah.
so
And then
good.
the only reason she has to dispatch them all is to save her brother in arms, right? Is to
Yeah.
save her Jedi. And
Yeah.
what choice do you make at that point? You will save the Jedi. And she had to do whatever it took. And that was so good. I enjoyed
It
that
was-
bit.
Yeah. These
But-
last few episodes have been unreal.
So
Yeah.
good. There is a shot when they're fighting when the Wookiee like puts his hand out, Torben's face goes right into his palm, straight from the palm,
Yeah.
bam, into the brick wall.
Yeah.
So
And I was
cool.
like, damn, this is the best.
yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's incredible that this show that started lukewarm, building this world and giving us this information we didn't know that we needed, has paid off. It's
But isn't that
it's kind of
supposed
like
to
you
be
let
what-
people
Isn't that
do
supposed to
the
be what
work
it
and
is?
good things happen.
God, right?
Amazing.
Like it was planned that way. Hey, I
Yeah.
remember there was another Disney Plus Star Wars series that kind of got shit on at the beginning because it was slow paced,
Hmm.
because they didn't understand what was going on. It was called Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember all these fucking guys who were like, "It's so slow. It's not Star Wars. I don't get it. I hate this." Blah blah
Well-
blah. And by the end, they're going, "This is the best Star Wars series of all time.
That is
Everyone should
exactly
learn
me.
from this."
It took me
Yeah.
two different times to start Andor to watch it, because I did feel it was so slow and I was like, what is happening in this show? But when it starts cooking and the story comes in, that is the best Star Wars show.
It's just
Andor.
good. It's just good show.
And it the fact that we're sitting here talking about Acolyte shows how much more sophisticated it actually is, because we can have these conversations about what it means for the greater story of Star Wars and the things that we've seen in the other movies in the universe, because it's thought out.
Yep.
Yeah. What did you think about the beginning of it's unwise to unwise to insult a Wookiee?
Yeah.
It's a classic, right?
Yeah.
It is a classic.
Yeah. The whole time I was just like, rip somebody's arms off. That's what I
Yeah.
want. Rip somebody's arms off.
But Ryan, you got the Falcon. That's one of the
It is.
sound bites you get in the Falcon. It's unwise to upset a Wookiee.
Yeah.
It's just permanently ingrained into my head.
Oh man,
So we were fans.
yep,
And
Yeah.
is the next episode the last episode?
It is.
Okay.
it is.
It
Wow.
is.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There's
I-
like
Yeah,
uh,
there's some loose ends. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think, I hope we get a little bit some more answers, but I mean, maybe we'll get another season or something. But I don't know. It's hard to say with, we're excited about it and we're having a conversation about it. But as we know, and has been discussed on this show before, there's a lot of hate, unjustified in my opinion, but there's a lot of hate for this show and its creators and its.
You know what? There's a lot of things you that aren't great, right? But look, if you can just carry on watching and say, okay, that wasn't for me, then you may enjoy it, right? That's what we keep telling everyone. Is like, fuck, calm down.
What's that saying? It's like the sum is greater than its parts or something. Like it's
right.
When you think too much about little details throughout, like, there was things that have been, boring and not great, but those last few episodes, they are fantastic television.
Yeah.
And we've gone on a journey and we've taken a ride.
Yeah.
Correct. There's one more thing I need to bring up about this episode. Sorry, there's just a lot in this episode.
Which is good.
The Darth Mother, right? The one with the spikes on her head.
Yeah, she's great.
When she's like already like when the other mother is like, no, we're gonna send her to the Jedi.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep May, and she's like telling May like that she's like off to the side. She's like, May, you get mad, fucking mad. You go keep her in there. Like and they're doing that like fight thing, and I was like, that's right. Stay angry. Like she's already getting dark side training.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is why at this point you start to go like, oh, this is why the Jedi wants to stop them, because they think this is happening, and it is.
I mean, but there's discussion from Khmer as well. I mean, where he says, using that's the path to the dark side, like using those strong emotions, because it's undoubtedly they are strong, those negative sort of feelings.
Well, even the
but I mean,
ones,
right? But he looks at it as it's like it's a form of drawing strength, right? And so do the witches. And it's not the pragmatic sort of singular way of thinking that the Jedi do. Like there should be room in the universe to be able to harness or use these abilities, right?
Right, the freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too, and that's the tragedy behind, in my mind, behind what happens there, because it takes two sides to fight. And yes, the Jedi did provoke, and they invaded that space, and the witches were defending themselves. But there was definitely a sense of we can settle this without violence or conflict from Mother Anastasia, and it was Darth Mommy there who was like, no, you do this, you do that, nah. And a lot of it was like that's the tragedy where you have divided sort of factions within one side, each running cross purpose to each other, and really exacerbating a really bad situation. As well. I mean, you look at Planet of the Apes, right? War for the Planet of the Apes. It was like that one ape, Koba.
Yeah, Koba.
Who was like, ugh, and like he was like, no. And it's like, the whole idea was apes together strong, apes apart. And that was a tragedy of that. Him staging all this stuff to sort of work up all the other apes so that they would inevitably get into a conflict. And that's the hard part. Like that was the thing that's really, for me, truly heartbreaking, is that everybody had their own way of thinking of how to protect, how to get past this, right? And they couldn't agree. So, and then the results were like Captain Rack, $2 super chat. They basically Jonestowned the Coven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the aftermath. So there you go. Thank you so much for that too. For that super chat.
So did all of those people, did they transport to a room at another location? They weren't like inside anybody's head. They were in a separate room.
What are you talking about, Coven?
Yeah.
No, they were all dead.
I know, but they were like in the room doing their like chants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all in a separate room. They went
to a separate room.
Yeah, because you see him standing with all the bodies when they're on the bridge while he's doing his which one am I going to save?
And they all leave at one point too, because at one point you had all the archers out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Out there, and all of a sudden they like turn around and they're gone.
Okay.
And that's when the Wookiee like comes in and just puts on his shit kickers and kicks some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's kind of cool, man.
No, it was great. It was great. I love it when Star Wars can get me to do some critical thinking. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. right? I like my fun Star Wars, right? I like the sprinkles on the ice cream, but man, when you get like cookie
the waffle
chunks,
cone, yeah,
and a waffle cone, yeah, whew. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I like the Wookiee saber as well.
Yeah.
Yes, good shout. What is
That's a
this?
great battle. So, all right.
yeah. Ultimately, it's like they knew what they were doing.
Oh my
The
gosh.
whole time.
What
Like
a
they had a
concept.
plan. Yeah.
What a concept. Right?
It's like they knew something we didn't know.
Yeah. How about we wait and watch the whole thing
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
we jump to conclusions, right?
Well, next week's the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot, like Brandon said, there are a lot of questions
There
that,
is.
that need
We
to
didn't
be,
even talk
you know,
about what's his name? The nudie guy.
Stranger.
premiere.
The stranger, yeah.
Because we didn't do an episode last week.
No,
We didn't talk about the.
I tried to talk
But
about
like-
7, but you guys skipped ahead.
Well, because I thought we talked about it for whatever reason,
we
but I
talked-
guess
We talked
I guess
about his
that was-
butt and we talked about handrails. Okay.
I
What more do
guess-
you want, Steve?
Well,
I
you didn't
tried.
talk
You
about
guys jumped
Johnston's,
ahead.
and you were talking about bloody.
I'm trying to
Captain
limit
America's
my
butt.
Johnson talk on this show, okay?
Yeah. See, I feel like I talked about it, but I did, but it was with the president of the Ryan Dole fan club,
That's
Yoko
right.
McCann.
Oh my
The Dole
God.
Patrol.
Who you didn't even say hello to tonight?
What do you
Was
Yoko
Yoko
here?
on the?
She was,
She
and
here?
you ignored her, Ryan.
I did not
No,
see
I did
Yoko.
not
I
see
did not
her.
see her at all.
Yeah, I think are you
You're making
gaslighting
it
us?
up.
You guys can challenge me. I say hi, Yoko. Great work on undoing the Sabine tie. I'm very jealous. It looked really
Well,
good.
Steve, how
And,
come you didn't say hi to Yoko when you saw
I tried to, but
Yoko's
Ryan was
name?
talking.
When
Oh.
did you say that? I don't see her in the chat.
No,
Okay.
I do not either. Let's call
Okay.
her.
Okay.
Let's ask her if she's in the chat.
Well, yeah, if she's still watching.
And also, while we're talking
Yoko.
about sabers, I can see our friends of the show, Shadowfoil Props, are in. Dan's in, Webby's in. And
Yes.
I just wanted to say this weekend, Shadowfoil Props, 10% off on their website. Get in there and get some badass sabers. That's
Nice.
from me. Go
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, and yeah, there will be. We have affiliate links as well if you want to. I don't know if you can combine these offers. I don't know,
I don't
but
know. But
Well,
if you can,
if you don't get in this weekend, don't miss out. And if you don't get in this weekend, like Steve does when he misses out on Hasbro, come see us. We can get you that 10%.
Yeah.
right.
Don't
Worth it.
save your 10% till 10 o'clock.
Don't wait till Sunday at 12. Idiots. Otherwise, we'll send you a Steve doesn't like fun t-shirt.
there we go.
That's-
I need to refill. I'll be
Oh.
back in a second, boys.
All right, we're
Right.
gonna talk about Dong from the
We're going to talk about
Song,
okay.
Song of the
yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
But
yes.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Did you notice that he came in his black robes and came out in his white robes?
Oh
No,
shit! I didn't.
no.
You were
notice
too
that.
busy staring at his chiseled legs.
I was waiting
Couldn't
to
help
see
it.
something.
Yeah.
His taut muscles.
But that's
Yeah.
and I could be wrong. We need to obviously go to the chat, but I'm sure he came in black robes, left in white, and I know he had a bag, and I'm sure but it was interesting how he went in dark and came out light, and we saw the tables turning during the conversations. And it
Mm.
also makes me wonder if we're going to see, rather than bringing the person on the dark side back from the light, I'm wondering if we're going to see a flip flop and we see
Yeah.
the
Ooh.
light.
A double turn, like at
Right.
WrestleMania with Bret
we
Hart
haven't
versus
seen.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We haven't seen that yet.
That's probably what they're referencing, Ryan.
I think so. I think they're doing a double
Yeah.
turn, right? One's
Yeah.
going to turn face, one's going to turn heel. 100%. Hang on.
Was-
Yeah.
We can't acknowledge this because I don't think anyone can bring this up to the screen.
Captain Wreck.
But Captain Rack giving us a $5 super chat. Hey,
Damn, Captain
hey!
Hey, boom. Hang on. Hawk. Boom.
Gotta run.
Yeah.
Have a great night. I want to say y'all because he's dead Huck too. Now I just wanted to have a great night, y'all. Oh, and I'm working on another new Star Wars drink to accompany the Adelphi Storm. It's called things are bouncing around here.
Holy
Padawan.
Padawan?
Too soon?
Oh,
It is too soon.
Yeah, that's
Holy-
too soon.
It is
as
too
in
soon.
your holy socks you wear to church. Yes.
So,
I like it.
okay, I'll tell this story real quick because I wasn't on the episode where you guys discussed
Who are you again?
episode 5. I'm the special guest tonight.
Okay. All right.
I'm Yoko McCann.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is I was watching that episode with my wife Renee, And as the episode was starting with the, the Star Wars, the blue, the red, like the character, we were talking about our favorite characters at this point. And we were making a list of like, who we love. And top of both of our lists was Padawan Jeki.
Yes.
We were just at the beginning of the episode, just as it was starting, we were just talking about how much we love Padawan Jeki. We're so excited. She's such a great actress. I love the character. She's so cool. I like the makeup, everything about it. And then we were both so shocked, like jaws dropped when we're like, she can't be gone. She can't be gone. But
she's so gone.
3 holes. She's gone. Oh man, that was painful.
Did you see the meme that came up right after?
Just to let you know, we gave Captain Wreck his dues. You'll have to listen back.
Right. Very cool.
We gave him some props, and I just want to bring up Steve's comment of he keeps saying his wife Renee. Does he have more than one? No, this is he has to remember her name because he has to book her as his false wife. So
That's right.
she's a fantastic actress. Yeah. And she fills in for my wife.
Yeah.
She's incredible. Well worth every penny. But yeah, we were just having a great time making a list of our favorite characters, and then they're all gone.
Oh, look at that from Dan, man.
Nice.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Whoa.
And for those listening without eyes, anyone buying through the affiliate link during the sale will get an engraved wallet with their order.
Anakin,
nice.
Ahsoka, Obi.
These guys are so generous, and their work is exceptional. You really need to take advantage of
they're
the sale.
Exquisite.
They're a better group of humans than we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got some lost in the mail at the moment, so we'll see if they show.
Oh my god! Anyway, Acolyte,
what?
2 thumbs
what
up.
What was that? I know. That was my thing too. Why is it lost in the mail?
Did anyone here in the chat or with us here get offended by seeing the nudity, presumed nudity in a Disney?
No, because Star Wars has needed to be horny for a while.
Okay,
it hasn't been horny since like Return of the Jedi, maybe even Empire Strikes Back. Really,
I mean,
I just figured it would have been a bone of contention for a lot of people. Like
a boner contention? Is that what you just said?
Boner of contention, yeah. I don't know. I don't read this shit anymore, so I'm just gathering it was one of the boner contentions. But
I wouldn't care if people were mad about it or not. I just thought that was awesome, and I thought just her watching him too and her reactions. I'm like, damn.
The funniest thing for me, and again, this was a spoiler for me because I knew it was coming because of seeing this, but it didn't ruin anything for me. But the meme, the thing that's been going around, the reel, I guess, of someone videoing their spoken word while watching that scene is so funny. It's just like the descriptive video text.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so
very funny. Have you guys seen that yet?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
so
so
good.
Funny.
So good.
Very sultry.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
People are gonna, you know what? If people want to complain about shit, they're gonna find it. I mean,
we didn't see anything.
No, of course not. But it's the whole idea of
there was a part of me that was like, am I gonna see my first butt in Star Wars?
Well,
right.
I mean, Jabba's naked.
It's not even Star Wars, it's Disney. You don't see butts in Disney. I don't know if we're done with this episode.
Chewbacca's naked too, by the way. He just wears a pant.
Are we done with this episode or not? Because I just wanted.
That's how you end a show.
No, but no.
Done?
The Acolyte, you dummy.
We've reached that hour.
Yeah.
So the one thing we haven't mentioned the oh my god, what do they call it? The virgins in the Force.
We
obviously hear about that.
I thought you said the virgins.
No. We got a few of those.
That's what
in
I
the
said
chat.
too.
Oh my god.
There's a few in the chat.
What virgins in the Forest?
We're going from Star Wars. Disney needs to be more horny or Star Wars needs to be more horny to the virgins.
Right.
Yeah.
But the virgins, we hear about the virgins at the start when he says that we're here for a big mission. We're here because there's a virgins. None, we only heard about the virgins with Last Jedi, right? No, not Last Jedi. Sorry, Rise of Skywalker. We hear about the virgins.
The sequel trilogy.
Right, and then Rey and Kylo have the virgins. So we're seeing more of this virgins thing. So that was wow. Why are we lost?
Is the vergence between Rey and Kylo the transfer of their life force? What's the vergence, or just them?
See, I've started a great conversation, Ryan.
No, I get it, but the vergence was that all the planets around this one are dead. So there's a reason why life is growing on this planet. So
it's not a vergence between two people?
Yeah, I thought Osha and May were the
That's why
vergence.
they're checking. They didn't know people were even there. So they were trying to find... That's why Carrie-Anne Moss was collecting Moss.
John Carmen. The twins were the vergence birth.
Yes, because they were created through the Force.
Yeah,
manipulated through the Force.
Yeah. Which isn't that a fan theory about Anakin? Isn't that the Yeah,
but he's...
Well, I thought the theory was that Shmi was a working girl, but didn't want to let anyone know.
Maybe that's an explanation, but I thought that the fan theory was that Anakin was like Jesus, born of a virgin mother,
born
a virgin's
of
mother.
Yeah, he is born of the Force. The twins were manipulated through the Force. That's why they were don't let the Jedi find out how these twins were made.
But I heard Anakin. So this whole idea that Anakin was actually because the twins were born of Anakin, between Anakin and Padme. They had, they did the thing.
Twins.
Yes.
Those twins, right? But Anakin was the sort of immaculate conception.
Yes.
But I read a theory that it was actually Palpatine who manipulated it so that Anakin would be conceived in that way. So again, it is a manipulation of the Force to create a life form. Well, and in this case, an eventual apprentice for Palpatine, but as well, like a creature or a being with super high midichlorian rates, right? Same with the twins.
Right.
Isn't that why he's telling him the story about Darth Plagueis?
Yes.
Right. He knows that the Jedi are going to see this and be like, he's the chosen one, because he has studied both the light and the dark.
Oh, it was a dyad. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yes, they're a dyad. They force time each other in the shower. That's my favorite part of Last Jedi.
Man, call myself a fan. It was the dyad. God damn.
So they're not a virgins.
They're not a virgins.
Okay,
they're not a virgins.
Because
Anakin is a virgin.
I haven't heard that term before.
Yeah, that's new.
Virgins.
Virgins. No, well, of the Force.
In Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently everyone's in the chat saying that it was referred to, first of all, by Qui-Gon Jinn, saying that Anakin was a virgin to the Force.
Really? In the prequels?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be episode 1. And I know that movie off by heart.
Wow.
Hey, go.
Yeah.
Hey, starts off, title, Star Wars, episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Wrong.
Yeah. Trade Federation.
Yeah. It actually starts with a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Yeah.
That's right.
It actually starts off with Lucasfilm.
Does this thing. Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Actually.
Oh boy.
Getting a lot of actuallys in the chat.
Here we go.
Yeah, we shouldn't mention Star Wars because we don't know enough about it.
Well, that's just because you're not a fan.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't back the
mention Star
Haslab,
Wars.
so I can't be a fan.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I backed it.
I was so glad to have my little brother back, and now I'm not so glad. So yeah, that's that was my last comment, was the versions, just to bring up that awesome conversation.
All right.
Oh.
Well, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. You did
Yeah,
well.
I'm glad we didn't end the episode.
Yeah, you guys. Jeez, it's only been 2 hours and 15. We're not over yet.
Not yet.
What's
Not
happening
yet.
here? It's Amy saying. Someone read that.
Khmer's vulnerability is powerful. It throws some of the silliness of the uptight Jedi rules into doubt. It was good.
Agreed. He's a good
And,
character.
yeah. Dan agrees as well.
Is that the stranger's name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Khmer.
Okay.
Boromir.
Yeah.
Boromir?
I kind of want to. there's a part of me that I really do want to rewatch this series because I'm really fascinated with where it went. But now I want to see his performance again from the beginning of the show, where he's being a little goofball, right?
The little salesman of medicines.
Which, you know, as a fan of the TV show The Good Place, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I love him on The Good Place, and he's kind of doing a Good Place kind of goofy character again. Like, okay, like he's great. But then when his character changed, I was like, oh man, this guy is incredible. Because I didn't know he had that serious, cool, you know, sultry side to him.
Right.
That always blows me away whenever I hear, I know where it's coming from, Brandon. I know it's coming from, and it is a byproduct of somebody playing a role so well that people often associate. I mean, it's called being typecast, basically. Like, they do this so well. There's no way I can see them playing the opposite of that, right?
But it's not that I can't see it. It's just that he started that way, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is what it is.
Yeah, no, but it's the same thing. Like, ultimately, in the end, it's this whole idea of, I mean, that's his job. He's an actor, right? Like, he's going to do that, and they wouldn't have cast him if that's all it was going to be, type thing. Mm-hmm. And you know, I like it is for me. I find it really, really interesting when I hear comments like that, just from, you know, people going, just even for my work, right? It's just like, oh, you know, it's Appa. Well, Appa's really mean in this. And it's like, well, no, I'm not playing Appa. I'm playing a different character, and that's part of the range of, like, that's what we do. We play different roles, and stuff. I mean, I haven't watched a good place.
Good place, yeah.
Good Place. I haven't watched the entirety of it. I've seen bits of it, so I haven't seen him in particular. But I've met him. You know, really, really great guy. Really briefly and stuff. Know that he's a really good actor, and that's part of the joy, is being able to showcase that kind of range to audiences, and seeing people just sort of get blown away, and the fact that, like, he's so cut too, right? Like, it's like, and that's the other thing too, right? He's beefcake on top, so I hate him even more.
Yeah,
because he's super talented.
He's pretty beefcake in Good Place too.
Hey,
right? Yeah.
Dude, when you get your IRO prison bod,
why do we always come back? No,
because you're gonna do it, and it's gonna be great. Because then
have you not been in Ryan's bedroom, Paul? His life is planned out, and he has all his sketches of what he wants to see. He's
dude,
got you and Hera. He's got you in the prison cell, just buff.
Because it's going to have to happen at some point. We're going to have to get shirtless Carson Teva to go in with everybody else.
So is it testament to the person's acting and the fact that they can portray the character they're supposed to be portraying, to the fact that I've watched The Good Place all the way through, all the seasons and everything, and it wasn't until right now that I went, oh shit, that was him.
Yeah.
See, to me, I didn't even see his character from The Good Place at all.
Well,
he was able to portray his character. I didn't even put two and two together until right now.
Here's my issue.
Or is that just me being stupid?
I just watched The Good Place for the first time all the way through, like 2 months ago. So it was very fresh in my mind to come in. But there's a part of it that maybe that's part of the reason why he was cast, so that people who are fans of The Good Place just don't even suspect him as our big bad for that twist.
Right.
I hear that, and I love it. But I mean, because of the publicity beforehand, like, I knew, like, for me, it was a little bit too, like, he's playing a bit too bumbling, too, you know, loosey goosey for this. I think he's going to be, and a lot of other people speculated that as well. And so that's why it was like, and I think it was that, was it the third episode? Where it's the fourth episode. The reveal of him, because it's like when she gets there, like when Osha says, when May says, forget this, the deal's off. I don't have to do anything, this or that, blah, blah, blah. And she shows up and Kalnaka's dead. And there's no way, unless, you know, Manny Jacinto's character is the dude, that could have happened. And so like it was like one of these things where it's like, okay, I saw that one coming. Just because I think they leaned a little bit too heavily on the whole, like you say, people who know him as a kind, sort of a kind character, or a bumbling character, or a harmless character,
a comedian
type thing. And so that's why for me it was just like, okay. They just leaned a little bit too far in that one direction. So
nope, I'm with you. What do we got? Oh, Bitter Troll. Shirtless, ripped Carson Teva stepping out of the water. Hera eyeballing him. Jason, you're going to have a new daddy. Hera, going to get a new daddy.
Wow.
Look at this. See, I don't even have to write my own fan fiction. I'm just going to chat it.
No, the seed has been planted and the tree has grown.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jason doesn't need a new daddy. He know whose his daddy is.
Oh my.
Chopper's just
Gavin Long is tuning in from Australia.
Hey, there you
It's
go.
1:20 p.m.
That's where Steve's from.
Oh my God.
There you go. Yes, Steve, you're from Australia.
Yeah.
also a
Yeah.
time bandit, just like Steve.
Yeah. See, we appeal to 1:20 p.m. in Australia.
We've done that. We've crossed time zones.
It's great. I do like this comment though from Sean P. That we are a much better diversion from today's political events for most people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad we were here to provide a service of ridiculousn's that you're watching, and you can come and watch this, and this seems more sane. I'm glad we can provide that.
Oh.
Yeah, we only talk about interplanet politics of fake universes.
Yeah, I love Star Wars politics. Those are my favorite ones.
No, I have to say that was an enjoyable episode, and gave us some good stuff. It was good. It was good.
Yep. The last few have just been absolute bangers, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it makes me want to go and rewatch from the beginning of the series and see what clues they're giving us from the beginning.
Maybe other people need to do that too and go, oh God, yeah, I was so wrong. I was
Yeah.
so wrong. Oh my God, maybe I should have shut up. Oh, I'm embarrassed. I might write an apology.
Yeah. Because next week's the last episode. I hope it's an hour and a half long. 'Cause if it's
like a
another,
double
like,
length.
yeah,
Yeah.
like if it's another like 20-minute episode, I feel like it's not going to give me what I need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of like a streaming platform, is that the episode can be weird random times. 42 minutes, 47 minutes. I'd love a longer episode.
Yeah.
Now that I'm invested. Now that I actually like the show.
Yeah.
Or how about this? How about you finish the season? You actually want to see another. How about that?
Yeah, I would love. Yeah,
I would love that, but at the same time, there's got to be a closure of something for
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There has to be-
It's like X-Men 97, right? We are jonesing for another season of that, right? So
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one too. We got that. Actually, that one gave us zero goddamn closure. Come to think of it.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think they already knew they were doing season 2. So again, I don't know. Like they've never said
yeah.
what's happening. Kathleen Kennedy, I think, has been fired.
What?
According to people on Twitter every day and on every YouTube, thing that shows up in my algorithm, kind of thumbnail says Kathleen Kennedy fired.
Really?
oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah, that's rough.
Come on. Is it wishful thinking?
But she's not fired. She won't be
No,
fired.
of course not.
She's killing it.
I'm looking online, and so far, speculation is episode 8 will be running at a regular 43 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, I mean, Leslie Helen has gone on record saying she has, plans like storylines and stuff ready for season 2 and 3 of
Yeah.
the Acolyte if
Oh.
they want to go. So,
Well, send Star Wars this episode. We'll get them to convince them to make season 2.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
watching. They're watching. They're just not commenting.
There's four people right here that are going to watch season 2.
They're too busy writing this love scene that we know is coming in some series at some point.
In Rangers of the New Republic.
Between two Death Stars, Ryan. That's what we're sticking with.
Oh, it's Between Two Death Stars. That's the show code.
Yeah.
That's the show code name.
Yeah.
B2D, right? That's the show codes. When you go on set, I got to go to B2D.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys.
And like the show logo is like two Death Stars.
We're still going. We're still going.
Yeah,
with like an
like
X-wing stream flying through the center.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Can we draw that? Can we make that?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Between two Death Stars.
Between two Death Stars. It should be the ghost because
Yeah, the ghost at the
Speaking
top.
of which, speaking of which, did anybody get on the Ghost Battle Pack release that came out from Micro Galaxy Squad?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like Star Wars.
Okay. Paul, did you get one?
I did 2 pre-orders through Amazon Canada. I was able to get those through.
Okay.
And I did one for Amazon.com.
Okay. So you did get the Canadian one.
I was able to get those, yes.
Oh.
But they delayed the releases, and I'm used to Amazon canceling.
No, it went to October.
I'm used to this. This is how I met Kevin from Toying Around. I had Mandalorian, Beskar, sort of the Black Series fig. I had them on pre-order. I thought I was safe. I didn't end up pre-ordering it from anywhere else because I was like, I got it on Amazon, and they canceled on me.
And you famously order 5 if you think about it.
I know you missed out on the regular Ghost, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, but you got the battle pack.
I did.
Okay, and you got it for 111 Canadian dollars, or did they put the price up for you as well?
Yes. And I got the US one as well.
Okay. All right. That was an interesting thing for me. It was interesting to see it come out in Canada first, UK, and at a cheaper price. It was so weird.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I got 2 and 1 for you.
Okay,
so
awesome.
That's the coverage right there. That's why I got 3.
Awesome.
And another one for
what chip are we talking about?
So
sorry,
Micro Galaxy Squadron, they released, there's 2 versions of the Ghost. The first one was a standalone, just the Ghost. That was on pre-sale. It's going to be released at Target stores in the US and at GameStop in Canada. So you can still pre-order it at GameStop if you're Canadian. Put down a $5 deposit. You can pre-order it, and it should get to you. They have another version. It's the Battle Pack version of it that was released in Canada and the UK on Amazon first. And with it, you get another version of the Ghost with the full crew complement. You get the Phantom attack shuttle that is a part of it, and that's not included in the first release of the Ghost. You got to get that separately. Yeah. Right. And in the Battle Pack version for Amazon, you get the Phantom shuttlecraft and 2 Y-wings. And the Phantom itself, or the Ghost itself, is battle damaged. So it's got different sound fonts, different minifigs that will go inside. It's got the entire complement. It's got Ezra. It's got Chopper, Sabine, Zeb, Kanan, and Hera. Right? That's all included. So you get the entire Ghost crew for that battle pack. And in Canada, it was retailing for $111 Canadian.
Yeah.
They eventually did release that on for pre-sale on Amazon.com, but it was for $115 US.
Holy smokes!
Right? So there was a bit of
more, but even more.
Yeah. Wow.
So there was a lot of gnashing of teeth and ripping of garments and whatnot south of the border.
Makes me proud to be Canadian.
There you go. But I will bet you dollars to donuts that the Canadian orders will somehow be called, and because Amazon likes to do that.
Is there a chance that maybe it was a mistake? Like
no, I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
Kevin Wong and I, we're going to be doing a live stream with Jazzwares in the next few weeks. And we'll be talking about some of the new releases. So we haven't finalized all the details yet, but keep an eye
before San Diego.
Eyes and ears out for that, where we're going to be sort of doing talking about the newer releases that Jazzwares is going to have for the Micro Galaxy Squadron universe.
And
so
that's before San Diego or after San Diego?
That's going to be after San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Because I've seen nothing hinting for what they might be. Are they doing San Diego this year? Do you know? Or
I think they are. They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oof,
So-
my heart just fluttered.
Well, their con exclusives last year were gorgeous.
Oh, are you kidding
That's
me?
gorgeous,
Yeah.
right?
You know, I
They
did
had
find
the
though,
A-wing, the Interceptor,
I
the
found this.
X-wing.
hanging on a
and-
peg.
There you go. Yay!
Look at that.
You already got. Oh, look at that. Hold on. Let me embiggen you. I'm going to embiggen you. Come on. There you go.
I got one. I
It's
found
huge, dude.
I found it. It's the typical Starfighter size, but look at
Okay.
that beauty. And obviously, I've got my chop.
There you go.
Yep,
Yeah.
much needed.
So I know we get one with the battle pack, but I had to. It was
Hmm.
hanging there. I had to get it.
But
Get it.
Steve, if you just want the regular Ghost, you have to buy like those come separately.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
have the other version that you're going to get at Target, it
Yeah.
doesn't come with the Phantom. So there you go.
No, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
No,
And
I
they
know.
will have different. They have a different paint scheme and different sound fonts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
And they've just released, or they've just been showing up with the clone tank Walker.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go.
Oh,
look
the
into that.
ATTE.
Yeah, I'll go look
Yes.
for that as well.
I saw
I don't
those-
know. Are you
I
gonna
saw
get
those.
those or not?
I have those on pre-order from GameStop
They do have them at GameStop. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Good to know.
again.
It's like-
So
I
all
typed
the
in GameStop. I got nothing.
what's that?
I
Do you have
typed
to
in-
go in store?
No, you got to go in store.
Oh,
You have to go in store.
Sorry, Ryan.
You got to leave your. You have to leave the safety of your home.
Yeah.
okay, fine. I will.
Brick and mortar, Ryan. Ever heard of it?
It makes it
Yeah.
fun. Remember, Ryan. You remember we used to do that? We used to meet up. We grab a coffee and we go and toy hunt.
Yeah, but
Remember
then
that?
you left me. You
Yeah,
left
I
me
did.
for Los
I did.
Angeles.
Yeah. And look at all these toys.
And I live too far away in Dinky Chilliwack. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you.
You made
Yeah.
your choice, Brandon.
Yeah.
No, my parents made my choice.
yeah.
You're a grown
Wow.
ass man.
You're a grown ass man who's married. Get
There you
out.
go.
Well, I couldn't leave my
What?
farm.
He says he's married.
Yeah, that's true.
He says he's
married.
married.
I'm married when we live stream.
To Bitter Troll's last comment, I think we should all take some of our X-wing pilots and Carson Taver the hell out of them, and they can live in the Ghost in the quarters that we know has been taken over. So yes, I think we should customize our own X-wing pilots with some Carson Taver helmets.
I
And
do need a
maybe-
Y-wing.
Sorry,
I do need a Y-wing.
but buy the battle pack. You get two.
I have a bunch, Ryan. Do you need
Okay.
one?
Yep.
I'll send you one.
Just need one.
But you get
Okay.
two with the battle pack.
I just need one. God damn it.
But you'll get the Ghost as well.
Like,
I
partner,
just
you're
need
not
one,
listening.
goddamn it.
I just need one.
Wow. Why have one when you can have two?
Because I just need one.
Yeah, that's why you only bought one cantina and didn't help your friend out.
Oh my god. I you
Ooh.
know what? I backed mine day one like an adult.
Oh,
You should have just did the same. If you wanted
Got
it,
you there.
you know
Yeah.
what? If all those people did that, just back to day one instead of just waiting, we could have had all three tiers unlocked. But
Not true.
no,
Yeah.
You know what?
it's crazy. We had
If
we
they
were
had a floor.
back away from that last tier. So if Steve backed it, we would have got all three.
If there was a floor, I would have backed it.
Oh, floor.
Floor.
Shut up. You have a floor. Put it on the floor if you want a floor so bad.
You just gotta throw down some dirt. Then you got
there
a
wasn't
floor.
any carpet
Yeah, what
in
are
the
you gonna do?
cantina.
I'll send you a hang on for that Y-wing. I'll send you a jar of sand.
Yeah.
It wasn't outdoors. It was
I'm
indoors.
sorry. I'm
it was
all
out
out
an
of
outdoor
Y wings. I'm
section.
sorry, Ryan.
Oh, I'm out of sand. I got no floor for you either.
Actually, you should check your. I think we've given a few away to people, so you might want to check that. You may not have enough to give Ryan.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Send him a piece of shit in a box. Here you go, buddy.
I can guess
you.
whose it is.
Oh, speaking of
Dog,
which, though,
The
and
kids.
again, we'll edit this out.
We're not gonna.
Brandon,
we're live streaming.
I know. That's why I said it. Brandon,
Right.
there should be a package coming to your PO box.
I think I got the email.
Okay, good.
I just
Ooh.
haven't been down there yet.
It's not for you.
I know.
Oh
It's
my
sad.
god. There's nothing in
Wow.
there for him.
No.
Wow.
There's nothing in there for me. Not even
No.
like a nice note or a drawing
No.
or anything.
No.
What?
I wrote your name nicely on the front.
Oh my. Actually, there is one thing in there for you.
Okay.
Oh, really?
That I bought you.
Okay.
Oh, Ooh, now I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't open it. So don't open it.
Yeah, you can open it, but there's one thing in there for you. I got one thing for you and one thing for Paul in there.
Yeah.
Steve already got his.
I made sure I made them special for you two.
Oh, this is already rimmed with salt. Amazing.
Oh my god. Speaking of diecast, or I mean, we weren't speaking of it. I'm just going to bring it up. So, do you remember? I know, great, right? Like,
great
oh,
segue.
right? It's like that.
Speaking
that
of nothing we were talking about.
Yeah, guy getting that uppercut. So Tomy, that company, they, if you remember, I did pre-order the diecast model of the original Star Trek, the original series Enterprise. Do you guys remember that?
Yep.
No.
So it's sitting in a box in my back room. I am going to make a video of it. I've actually gone out, and I'm hiring somebody to help me run this YouTube channel and my Instagram and my social media accounts because it's too much for me. She's a wonderful person. I've worked with her before via Pigeon Row. Those of you who are longtime subscribers of this YouTube channel will remember that the content got really good when I had somebody actually editing my videos and putting stuff out there. Anyways, so I'm going to go back to that because I miss those short form, like 10-minute reviews. So I purchased from Tomy, Tomy, this company. They had this, I think, 1/350 scale USS Enterprise from the original series. And it was great. It's die-cast. It lights up. It's gigantic. It's still in box. I haven't unboxed it yet. I'm going to do a review on it. But they are doing the upgraded, the Constitution class or Constellation class version from the motion picture. And I'm going to get that one too. I'm going to get that one too, but it's gigantic. It is, again, one of these things. So the thing that I'm bringing up to all you all is because with these Haslabs, right? We've got the Ghost coming. We've got the Cantina coming. You've got all these different things coming. Space.
We got traps coming.
Traps?
Yeah,
I ordered 3 sets.
Ghost traps. 2 in the box.
Traps, yep.
Ghost traps.
Oh,
PKE
Brandon,
meter.
I've still got your Ghost Trap popcorn.
You didn't send it?
Oh my god, you didn't send that? You're
But hey, I'll be down in August. So
it's totally buried behind all my micro
it's
galaxies.
okay. I'm not missing it, and I'll be down in August.
Okay.
heads up, it's huge.
Yes,
but my
box
parents,
is huge.
We're driving, so
Oh, cool.
yeah. So
Then,
I'll get
hey,
it from you then.
Yeah,
Brandon, I'll
okay.
bring your ET tray.
Oh no, in August, not October.
Yeah. Oh.
But
But sure, bring it in October too.
No,
I won't.
Anyway, sorry.
don't do that.
You were saying, Paul.
we were saying
Yeah,
Space
no.
Danger.
So Space Danger. What are you guys going to be doing? Like, are you culling your collections? Are you
We
what's
build
happening?
garages.
Okay, you're the wrong person to ask.
yeah. Don't
Steve.
ask Brandon. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Paul.
Ryan,
Yes, Paul.
what are you guys going to do?
For the Ghost
your-
in particular.
Well, yeah.
So for the Ghost in particular, I am trying to figure out and engineer a corner docking bay.
Oh, like we saw in San Francisco that I pointed out?
No. So we
No?
went. So
Why
just
not?
just to talk, we talked about the Airbnb had a little section, and we
That's
were
what
like,
I'm talking about.
Yeah, you
Yes.
didn't- yeah,
Dumbass.
yeah. So yeah, it wasn't. We talked about it though because both of you and me had the same idea, and we were like, oh my god, that's exactly what we were thinking about. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so yes, I want to put it up rather than under a table, which is what's happened to the Falcon. So I'm trying, but the thing is, with a 90-degree corner, you need a big ass shelf to house. You know, it has to span a great distance to house one of those crafts. So I don't think it's going to work in a 90-degree corner. So I'm trying to figure out a way of doing some sort of docking place for it, but it can't be too high, otherwise all you're going to do is see the underneath. So I want to get it off the floor, and I don't want to hang it. I don't want to screw like anchors into the roof and all that shit. So yeah, I'm thinking of building some sort of docking bay shelf for it, and maybe I'll add the Falcon in one corner and the Ghost in the other. That's what
So
I'm
what
thinking.
are you going to do with your Jazzwares?
They're going on the other shelves in between.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got some pretty bare shelves right now.
Oh yeah, because you didn't get the Haslab, so I guess you would have that room.
Yeah, you're breaking up, Paul. You're breaking up.
I'll put myself in timeout.
Yeah. There you go. So the Haslab will fit in one of the Billy bookcases, the 32-incher. So that's easy. That's easy done. Yeah. So the big craft though, they're difficult. I don't know what you're going to do with all your boxes. I mean, I'm guessing you're just going to have to build additional walls in the basement. But
here's the thing. And this is I don't know. Anna's not watching anymore. She's gone to bed. So
you're gonna take over her space in the basement.
I know. No,
she has no space in the basement. What are you talking about?
No, she's got a whole like
there's
huge
a
section where she can sew. So what you see behind me, these details, like that's all gotta go. It's all going to go because in a few weeks from now, maybe another month, my shelves are going to be coming in.
Finally.
Yeah.
10 years later.
So I'm really hoping because they don't go all the way up to the ceiling. They'll be about 5 feet high and I'll have and they'll be rather deep in terms of how far they jut out. So I'll have space for my hot toys and hopefully I'll have space on top for the larger vehicles to display. But here's the thing.
So how deep are your shelves in those details?
I think the details are about 13 inches.
Yeah, something like that.
Then there's no way you're going to get a craft on.
Oh, no. The module case ones are much deeper.
Okay.
They're like 20, 24 inches. I can't remember exactly, but they're much deeper.
Gotcha.
Which is why you can fit way more hot toys in there, right? And they're all so and they only go up to about 5'1", 5'2". So I'm gonna have room on top of there. And so that's the thing. I'm hoping to be able to display things on top of that and curate the collection through because I have like 1/6 scale speeder bikes. I've got the DeLorean time machine, the Razor Crest Haslab. I've got the Ghost Haslab. And that's the thing. I've got the Enterprise. Like right now I have the Diamond Select or the Playmates versions of like the Romulan Warbird, the TOS Enterprise and stuff like that, and they're great, but like the Tomy version is like it's like 2.5 feet, and it's all die cast metal, and it lights up,
nuts.
Right? And so like that's kind of like a flagship sort of centerpiece, a jewel piece or whatever.
Is it USB powered or is it battery powered?
USB.
So you got to find yourself a little USB bar that you can mount behind all your cabinets to plug all your USB cables in.
Yeah, and I have all that stuff built in.
Right.
Which is great, and just waiting for it. But and yeah, to answer the question, I think Gavin Long is asking, are those better than the Star Trek Diamond Select ships? They are. It's a little bit like they're all die cast, and they do light up, and they're much larger and much more detailed. And so yeah, to answer that question, the Diamond Select ships are great though. I have a number of them, and they're wonderful. I also have a bunch of the Eagle Moss die cast. The XL version of that, the Enterprise, Space Dock, regular one, all this stuff, and I have a bunch of Battlestar Galactica ships. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
That's cool.
Doing that, but that's a question I wanted to pose to you guys.
Yeah, Ryan, what are you doing?
Yeah,
for the Ghost.
Yeah,
Cantina
Cantina I got space for. I just take out my old Cantina, put the new one in. What
are you going to do with the old Cantina?
Well, it's paper. I'm just going to fold it up. Right?
But all the tables and the bar bits.
The bar bits, just put them in a shoebox. I'm good. Whatever. Like, that's fine. So it's, and I'll keep all the cups out. I'll put all the old cups with the new cups. I'll mix them up, give it some variety. So I'm good there. For the Ghost, that is a fall problem. Because it's more if I want to see where it goes, because I have a spot. I would think I would just need to turn my Razor Crest the other way. I could probably park the Ghost right beside it, but I just need to see it first, because I did do the measurements, because all the measurements are on the website. And I remember checking and being like, okay, this will work. And then, but that's a whole other thing when you get it. So I have I have some real estate for it. It's just, I want to see it where I get it, just see how it looks, because it might end up getting a very special spot.
My first idea was to get the coffee table, but that was for the Falcon. So we've been furiously searching for some sort of coffee table that has a glass top and a shelf that you can put the Falcon into, and you can utilize it as a coffee table in the middle of the room. That is the ultimate thing. But now with a Ghost coming, there's not enough room for that many coffee tables. So that's the tricky thing. I mean, yes, you're going to do that with the Ghost, but what are you going to do with the Falcon?
Oh, my Falcon's got its own spot, so it's good.
Right.
That's the other thing. I've got the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
The Galaxy's Edge version of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Still in box,
dude.
And the 1/6 scale, snow speeder.
So why don't you keep it in the box and just stack your boxes up against one wall? You just lose like 12 inches of box.
Like my Hot Toys?
Yeah. No, they're empty. They're empty boxes. But why not just leave, if you haven't unboxed it now, why not just leave it in the box and just display it in the box?
Because you still have an X-Wing as well, don't you? You still have Luke's X-Wing?
Yes. No, it's not Luke's. It's Big's Darklighters, Red 3.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I remember there was, I'm trying to remember your secret stash.
Yeah.
That you had. And there was a lot in there. Holy shit, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Why don't, this is from
I've got it.
Zertle.
D-Sertle.
Yeah.
D-Sertle.
Daniel. Yeah, Daniel, I've already got one. Like we've had the same, we had the paper one that came in the box. I've got an unboxed one. And then I was collecting all of before they released Haslab, I was collecting all the bar pieces from all the old figures that used to come with them. So I tracked down all of them, and I got the round ends, I got the straight ends, and I created the bar up there with all the old original bar pieces that came out. And that was where the fun was. That's when we were having fun. And then Hasbro said, okay, we're going to build you a spot on legit bar. And we're like, oh, great. Now I don't have to like make an effort. It's just already done. So yeah, I've already got Cantina stuff, but it's a lot of work and we don't have a lot of time. So yeah, appreciate the offer of Ryan's, but I've already got that one.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's my fault he has that to begin with.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. So but we had fun getting all that stuff though.
But that's the thing. That's what makes it fun is hunting for something which no one else is hunting for. That makes it fun because it doesn't get put on the open market and it doesn't get marked up 5 times the price it should be.
Now they
roll
are.
out.
You see what?
Now, but
yeah,
you know what
Cantina
I'm saying?
aliens are going for a lot now. So like the
now
last 3 that I'm missing are a pain in the ass.
I'm never going to get to find the ones I want because everyone's going to go, no, I found it and I didn't want it yesterday, but I want it now because I can sell it on eBay. And what grinds my gears, if we're in that section of the show, is but people are feeding these fuckers, right? So the fact that you will pay an exorbitant amount of money because you want it so you can post it up and say you got it is what's causing the issue in the first place. So you are feeding these fuckers that are selling it for 3 times the price. So maybe we should calm down a little bit and not pay for it, because if no one buys it, it's going to sit there on eBay for $300 and eventually they're going to go, well, God, I got 25 of these. I'm just going to have to let them go and it will come down in price and then you can get it, right? But I'm just finding it so annoying. The thing that really accentuates it is the Ross thing. Now Ross has been put out on every single social media as a place where you can find some of this stuff. It's like a hidden gem. It was like being Indiana Jones and going to Ross and saying, holy shit, I've just found one of these. But now, boom, it's gone out on every single social media that Ross is a place to go. And now the fun's been taken out for the people that enjoy doing that by the people who want to make money off it.
Yeah.
They're running in there and scooping it and trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace and all the other things. So it's nuts, the world we live in now. And I know it's impossible to change that, but man, if we stop paying 5 times the price for something just because we can, maybe they wouldn't make a fortune from us. And then the people who make the stuff can make the money instead, the way it should be.
Right.
But preaching, I know, but man, so frustrating.
Well, here it is though, and two, like, and we're talking about the Sabine tie Micro Galaxy Squadron. That's a big one. Initially, it was very, very difficult to get this chase ship. People were selling it for upwards to $400 on eBay, and now 2 years later, a whole whack of them have been showing up at Ross's for $5, and you get a post every day now if somebody's like, "I got 3 of them for $5 each," and they try to resell them for $200.
Yeah.
And you have, but like, here's the thing: you have a lot of people who are now saying, "Well, no, if there's a chance for me to get it at $5, fuck you, I'm not going to buy this.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold out."
But you're not going to get that opportunity. I mean, someone, I think Webby was saying that someone put a YouTube video about the fact they went in there and, I'm not going to say the word, but literally forcefully took every single thing he could find on the shelves from every single Ross so that he could sell them on, right? And it's just, that's where we're at, because some people can make a fortune because people will pay the price. My point is, if you didn't pay that much money for it, it'll be, you know what it's like? It's the toilet paper thing all over again.
Yeah, but it doesn't have, I mean, people don't, you're asking people to be reasonable.
Or clever.
Yeah, and there's too much FOMO because it just takes one person to cave, and then the rush is on.
And the thing is, for me, it's like, I don't honestly believe it was hard to find. I really don't. I don't think people wanted that back in the day, because when it first came out in Series 1, it was up against the Millennium Falcon. And Jazzware's Micro Galaxy was brand new at this point. You could get Boba Fett Starship, you could get the Millennium Falcon, you could get a Sarge Ventress Shuttlecock, and you could get the chase was obviously the Sabine. And I saw Sabines and I didn't get them because I wanted to get the Falcon, right? So it wasn't like I need, and now I just want it because it's cool and I kind of want it. But back then, I think the reason we're seeing so many now is that people just didn't want to buy it. And the only reason they want to buy it now is because it's become the jewel to get, you know, the jewel to get. And I don't think it was that hard to find. I just don't think people wanted it back then.
Admit, the first Micro Galaxy Squadron ship I bought was the Sabine TIE Fighter, and I almost took a pass on it because I was like, nah, but I liked the ship, so I took it.
Yeah,
I bought it.
It was
I had
out there.
no idea how it was gonna. It was gonna turn into something that was so rare and valuable.
Or
whatever, because it was. It did become that because there were a limited number that were initially released. Right. So
my first one did not become rare.
No,
I got mine. Was my first one was Boba Fett Starship.
I remember we opened it up. I was staying at your place when we got it.
Yep.
Yeah. And we went through it and we enjoyed it. And we figured out how to hang
that goddamn jetpack on the wall.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
I think my first Micro Galaxy Squadron you bought off me, Steve.
I did. Yeah.
And it was like an ATST or something, wasn't it?
It was a Chase ATST, the one that was from Mandalorian.
Yeah. Simpler times.
Yeah. But things are changing. I mean, they are on the pegs now, and they are out there, right? So things are changing, and they have the Vault now, and who knows? But yeah, I just can't help but feel that
they teased another Vault today.
Oh, they did.
They did. Jeremy Padwar. He posted on Twitter.
Okay.
There's going to be more stuff in another big box.
There you go.
So, there it is.
There you go.
Keep your eyes
speaking of big things, Dan, our friend from Shadow Foils Props, $10 super chat. Hey, all. If you grab a saber over the weekend sale, shoot me an email through the Shadow Foil website so I can make sure and get you an engraved wallet of your choice. Great stream. Thanks, fellas. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much.
Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Had a great time meeting you in Phoenix way back in the day when we did Phoenix Fan Fusion. That was so much fun. The Paul Tourage got together, hooked up with the Shadow Foil folks, and had a great time. And again, these sabers are top notch. You like, honestly, I collect premium lightsabers and had unwittingly purchased a number of their sabers actually through another vendor, and I can just honestly and say that these are great sabers, and the people behind them are fantastic people too. So there you go.
Yeah. Passion is real, man. The passion is real.
I'm just reading this right now from the Sertle. There are Reddit threads and Facebook groups dedicated to scalping, and now they are showing what MGS to scoop up to sell for higher prices.
That's the thing. It's a whole new way of life. No one wants to work anymore. So it's a business.
But you're not going to make, that's the thing. You would have to move so much product to get, like, honestly, to make any, like, what is your time worth?
And I think people are doing it as a side hustle, right?
Yeah, I believe that.
As a side hustle,
we lost you,
it's
Paul.
difficult because you're not going to make that much money off of these things to make it sustainable.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
but I mean,
you get a Sabine tie for $5. You go through the hassle of placing it on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, whatever. You got to go through that whole rigmarole and you got to ship it out in this and that. Like, are you really making so much? I mean, if it's a found thing where it's like, I went to the Rosses and I found like 6 of these and I scooped them all up. Like, how often does that really happen?
That's happening, but in the Facebook groups, that's happening every day. Like, someone will come in there and be your best friend and say, "Hey guys, I'm not here to rip you off, but I'm going to have to sell it for $50, you know, and it's $14.99." And that's what I think. That's what he's saying is on the Facebook groups. It's not eBay. It's a hit me up in the DMs, and I'll get you one. And now there are some actually cool sites where people are trading and doing this, that, and the other. But what you'll see a sample of all of the pictures of everything they managed to scoop up from Walmart, for example. Like when the hologram X-Wing came out, like you could never find them because some people who don't have to start work at 7, I'm guessing, are in there as soon as they open and they scoop them all up and they take them away. And the staff have told me in Walmart that guys are coming in and taking all of them off the shelves. And so they're obviously able to make money because they're not even using eBay. They're just going onto these Facebook groups and saying, "Hey, I've got a couple of these," but they're turning up every week saying, "Hey, I've got a couple of these." So how many is that couple? So yeah, it's nuts, man. And that's the same. It's the same for everything. That's the world we live in nowadays. Is a limited supply that you can actually buy. So now we don't get the opportunity to actually buy it. We have to automatically go and pay twice the price because it's Amazon are selling them for twice the price. Walmart are selling them for twice the price on their online websites, and no one wants to go out, so it's easier to buy it online.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Drives me crazy.
This is a little bit of a tangent, but it reminds me of this story. There was, y'all remember Future Shop?
Oh yes.
And you know, the times when we could buy physical media and movies. Well, my local Future Shop out here in Chilliwack, there was a time when I was starting to notice that every Tuesday when I would go in to buy movies, they wouldn't have any in stock. You know, I on my way home from work on Tuesday, I'd stop to go pick up some of the new Blu-rays that I wanted to buy, and they never had them in stock. So it eventually got to the point where I asked, like, why aren't these ever in stock? And they never came back in stock. And it turns out that there was a local video store in town that would come in the mornings on release day and buy all the copies of these movies to put in their store for rental.
Oh my God.
So
Are you serious?
Like, how, you know, and not all the time was I buying movies where they had, you know, Future Shop was stocking, you know, 50 of them because it was a big release. You know, they were like lower independent or kind of culty movies that Future Shop was only getting, you know, maybe 5 copies or something. But this video store in town, somebody was coming in every Tuesday morning and buying all the copies of these movies. And it got so frustrating. You just reminded me of that story. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Wow, way to dig up those old wounds. Jeez.
Yeah, it's great. It is crazy, but hey, I still enjoy it. I still take my time out and I do my target runs and I do and I enjoy the shit out of it. And honestly, I don't need this stuff. I enjoy getting it, and I'll still enjoy it. I just
Oh. spit on that thing?
That's not Hoktu. That was a Nadia spit. That was my
Okay. That wasn't a pleasure spit.
No, that was a Nadia spit.
I'm like, well, that's
Paul,
one way.
I think you muted yourself.
You did.
Oh yeah, we can see it.
We can see that.
Oh yeah, I think it's come to that time. I think when it hits 3 hours, you get automatically muted by Anna.
So weird.
That is so weird.
I guess.
Well,
thank you for watching, everyone.
Finish it off as we've lost Paul and we've reached the 3 hour mark.
So I hope everyone had a great Saturday.
Yeah. Sorry to end it on a bitch fest, but it's good to raise this stuff. But I've enjoyed the show.
Modern toy hunting is a pain in the butt. And like even Aaron S., he said here too, like he can't get Micro Galaxy Squadron in Edmonton anymore. GameStop and Toys R Us have what's left from series 1 to 3, unless I import for big money. And you know what? And that's the same thing here in Vancouver as well. I haven't seen, anytime I've gone to the stores, I haven't seen anything new at all. Yeah. Meanwhile, like Steve just has like every Micro Galaxy Squadron you could think of just hanging there on the pegs. Every series you could ever dream.
Not true, not quite true, but yeah, but you have to hustle for it. And again, the communities that we're in and the people that are in those communities that we're in, they're not out there to hurt anyone. They're not out there they're there for the pleasure of the fun that it brings. So they, we have a circle. We have many circles of people that if they see it, they'll get it and they'll say, dude, I'm just glad I could find it for you. Right. So there's definitely different communities out there, and they're the communities we stick to because those people are out there, they got your back, and I love these people, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why we talk like we talk today and share these things with people. So there is definitely good communities out there.
It was fun on the way to Arizona though to find like the A-wing and the B-wing.
Yeah.
Right? Like all that stuff. Like it was great. Like, yeah, even just messaging Tommy being like, hey, do you need this giant ass ship? Yes, he does. Right? Like
there's definitely nothing better than spending other people's money either, right? So it's good. It's good. But that's the thing. Like if you plan, like every time I go somewhere, I'll plan a route and I'll see how many Targets are on the way, how many Walmarts are on the way. And if there's a Ross, you have to pop in. That's fun. And it makes it fun. And I'm glad we can still do that.
It was fun. All right, Paul.
All right. I'm back. Sorry, I was having some sort of difficulty with this page. It was unresponsive. I was trying to move Brandon over to embiggen him for his little thing, and then everything just went to hell. But I'm glad I'm back.
Sorry, I broke the show.
That's all right. This is what happens when Brandon shows up. Yeah. Everything is great, and then he shows up. Well, it was good to have you back, Brandon. We had some wonderful guests, but it's always nice to have the OG crew together. Brandon, what are you up to in the next little bit, and how can we find you on social media?
You can follow us at BC DeLorean across all of the social media platforms. Don't have a lot going on currently. We did pick up a second Jurassic Park Jeep, which was pretty cool, and we're looking to make it into one of the dilapidated, sort of rusty, forgotten JP-18 from Jurassic World. So that's kind of the project I'm poking around on right now.
All right. Steve, how about you, my friend?
I'm just hunkered down and con crunching, man. I'm way too picky on what I build, so I'm really going to town on this thing. I'm hoping it's going to be awesome. So one more week and a bit to go, and then it will be San Diego Comic-Con. So if anyone's down at San Diego Comic-Con, hope to see you. Once I know the booth number, I'll give everyone an idea of where to come by and visit. Apart from that, you can find me on Shitspeckle Muppet Fart, and I'll try and put some stuff out on Instagram for you guys.
Excellent. Thank you. Ryan Dole.
Well, where can't you find me? You can find me on Toy Anxiety on Tuesday nights at 6:30 Pacific. You can also find me the next evening on Wednesday nights at Gotham City Tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. And it's going to be a lot of convention talk, I guess, for the next 3 weeks. So just a heads up for Gotham. I actually don't even know who's coming on to. I think it's the guys from Mondo are coming on to Toy Anxiety this week to talk about all their exclusives they're going to have for San Diego. Then on this Wednesday, we're just going to talk about our predictions for San Diego. Then next week, Saturday, I'll be here on the Saturday Night Livestream if we're having one. So that's where you'll find me. Social media is type in my name, then you'll just see my beautiful face. You'll be like, that's the guy. And that's all you got to do. That's it. That's where you'll find me.
Amazing. Thanks so much. And for me, I mean, you can find me on my social media Instagram account. I just did I did an Instagram live today for the first time in like a
it was
million
awesome.
years.
I was watching.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, where I got a pair of really, really cool, like a bunch of pairs of really cool shoes from Bull Airs. They're custom made Carson Teva.
Yeah, tease those and then you can
Air
watch
Force
the full
Ones.
breakdown on Instagram.
Yeah. So
Those
they're beautiful. You can check it out at Angry
awesome.
Uppa. There you go. And here's a fun thing that Tom Pullman, who is the one of the co-founders or the founder of the company, I took out he said, take out the insole.
Oh, that's so
Carson
cool.
David.
That's cool.
I had no idea.
Is the other one got Hera?
Shut up.
No, it's his butt.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm on Instagram at Angry Uppa. We're going to be posting more content there. Of course, this YouTube channel, if you're watching this, you already know about it, at Bitter Asian Dude Incorporated, where we have 2 shows, or one of 2 shows is going to be streaming at any given time. This is Saturday Night Livestream with my friends, my brothers from the SOC, where we endeavor to talk about all things geeky on Saturdays. And on Sundays, when I get back to it, is Fun Boxing Sundays, where I open up a geeky collectible, do a half-ass review, chat. We have a drinking game, lots of fun. We do that. And of course, so next week on the 20th, I might be going to Montreal, boys. There is a short film that I was lucky enough to be part of, and it's having its premiere at the Fantasia Film Festival.
Is that the Tony Zhu film?
It is.
Yeah. Very cool.
Taylor Ramos, they are the co-directors on it. Had a great time. It is having its premiere, and I'm trying to find a way to see if I can make it up there schedule-wise. It's pretty tight. Initially, I wasn't going to be able to make it, but it looks like a window of opportunity has presented itself. So
100%, man.
I'm going to see if I can make it up there.
100%.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
You get to work with people that like. That project just got announced, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? You're working with the Every Frame of Painting guy, like one of my favorite YouTube video essay people of all time." And you're just like, I'm doing this cool project. So excited for you.
Yeah.
My life has taken a turn for the remarkable as of late. So yeah, it's just I'm very, very grateful.
Write it, baby. Write it.
That's the plan.
We'll be on your coattails.
Yeah, absolutely. All the way.
Thank you. And the weekend after that, I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina.
For
GalaxyCon. I'm not going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. I won't. But I think you will be there, my friend. You'll have fun. And Kevin Wong, Toying Around, is going to be there too.
Yep.
So
my other co-hosts will be there.
Yep.
There you go. So enjoy. He's going to be looking forward to seeing a ton of content.
Is Kevin going to be on the panel with YHS?
Yes.
Yeah. So Kevin will have a panel down at San Diego Comic-Con with Ryan's other co-hosts.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, check out that content. And you can find Kevin's stuff on his YouTube channel, Toying Around. It's great content if you are a toy collector, a toy hunter. Kevin's good people and a lot of fun. So, and of course there is, and I haven't been able to make this podcast, the Boba Squadron Tuesdays, right after the episodes of the Acolyte air. There is a live breakdown of that. The last couple of Tuesdays, I've not been able to make it because of baseball. I'm hoping I'll be able to do something this Tuesday, which is the season finale for the Acolyte. But I think I'll be able to make it, actually, which would be great. So you can check that out on his YouTube channel, Toying Around, at I believe it's 10 o'clock Eastern, which makes it 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
So check that out. And of course, yeah. So that's me. That's me. Thank you, everyone, for showing up tonight. I always have a lot of fun to be able to chat with my brothers. It's loose. It's fun. It's always positive. You could have chosen to be anywhere, and you chose to be here. So thank you, everyone, for joining in. Thank you, everyone, 100%. For your super chats and your support. Keep playing with your toys. Keep being nerdy. Build each other up, and yeah, have a great Sunday. Cheers.
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 Thank you, everyone.
My cup's empty.
Mine is
drank
now.
Oh, doctor, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jeepers, creepers.
Yeah.
Dude, Hera, right?
Stop it.
No,
Yeah.
You're gonna get me fired.
I won't. I'm gonna get you promoted.
Hey, do you think Obi-Wan and I can be friends?
Not
Yeah,
now.
I think you and Obi-Wan hooked up. That's my fan theory.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh,